Welcome to the Albury Sports Ground on 1494 2AY. First quarter action about 25 minutes away from starting, but of course we are kicking off the start of the game a little early because of the pre-Anzac ceremony. To those joining us on the live stream as well on O&M Snapprint Solutions TV, a warm welcome to you and a big thanks to Jackson and Luke Chilcott from Wangaratta and Indigo Computers who are helping you with these pictures, and also Dougie Greshke, your cameraman today. It is Black Panther Escort with the Lukey Francis. We got Dan Vaccaro as well. And just before this Anzac ceremony starts, Dan Vaccaro, who are we taking a look at on the 40-wing stat sheet today?
Thank you, Blake. For Albury, we're going to be taking Fletcher Carroll's numbers, a new recruit Ben Patton, James Cousins, Jakey Gaynor, and the main man Ryan Garthwaite. We're doing his numbers as well. And for North Albury, Lukey, we're doing Julian Hayes, coming off 39 disposals last week, was brilliant against Wodonga. The man that we always talk about, Timmy Broomhead, Ben Rigoni, Foster Gardner, and Jack Penny as well.
I like it. Bobby Jackson,
yes, mate,
who is out there. How are you, Bobby J? Can you just give us a bit of a ground report if you can, please?
This ground is absolutely magnificent. It's like the bowling greens at your local RSL clubs. Fantastic. Had no excuse underfoot, no excuse, no breeze blowing, no zephyrs today, Lukey. Not a zephyr in sight.
Thank you, Bob.
But yeah, no, the atmosphere is starting to build here. Both reserve grade and netballers are starting to line up, and the football clubs are just going through the last little bit of warm-ups. Very sharp here, Albury. I'm just taking a close look at their midfield group and how they're sort of trying to gel. That's the common theme around the league at the moment. Just we're waiting for them to gel, whereas North Albury just look, they look like they're primed as well, led by Timmy Broomhead. I bet he's still wearing long sleeves. Yeah, he's wearing long sleeves. It's 23 degrees out here, boys, and feels like closer to 30. So it's quite warm. It's quite warm out here. So. Yeah, it might be a taxing day. The pickle juice might be used in overdrive.
Just want to check in as well, Bobby J. For those who know you, you're as bald as a badger. You're a very good-looking man. But will you be wearing a hat today?
Yes. Once the ceremony's finished, I'll put my 2AY shirt on and my red cap, so you guys can see me downstairs.
Alrighty. So both sides are just starting to work into the lines now. The Albury Tigers are moving in. Bobby Jackson will tape that microphone to the stand there. So those listening on 2AY, the listener app, or of course watching on O&M Snapprint Solutions TV, will bring you the Anzac Day service here at the Albury Sports Ground. Mick O'Callaghan is going to be reading the ode. He is a great man, is Michael, a Vietnam veteran, and he will be bringing you the last ode, the last post, and a few other things as well. Both teams are lining up in position now. We might head downstairs for the Anzac ceremony. We're just waiting for all the players.
150. I guess we're programming.
So 150 has been the start time. It's 1:48 at the moment, so we're a couple of minutes early. So the guys are just waiting for that time to tick in. Gorgeous day for football, Luke Francis. What would you say the crowd looks like at the moment?
Never good at this, Panda. What do you reckon, Bobby? I'll go to you.
Bobby's got the microphone taped to the
I'm going to go.
thing.
Lukey, I'm going to help you out here. I'm going to go with.
You an 800 man?
No, I'm going to go with 1,000.
Are you?
1,049.
Well, I like that better than
mine.
mine.
Precise.
There's a fair few people on this broadcast side, isn't there, Dan?
There
Left
is.
of the box.
More people than I actually thought. I might up that to 1,100.
Yeah, good. Not far off going here.
No, not far away from starting for the Anzac ceremony here at the Albury Sports Ground on a beautiful day for football and netball right across the region.
Good afternoon, everybody. Would you please be upstanding? Is that going through?
We're just having a little problem here with the ground microphone at the actual venue.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
As you can hear through our microphone, they're just having a couple of problems at the ground microphone.
Yep.
Now it's working.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Please pop out.
1 2 1 2.
Oh, yeah.
1 2 1 2.
Hello. All right. We hope it's working.
They're just having a couple of problems with the range microphone here at the Albury Sports Ground. That's where you can hear
1 2 1 2.
the guys out there testing the microphone.
3 4.
We do apologise for this, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to get it sorted out for you. And to those watching on O&M Snap Print Solutions TV and on 1494 2AY.
You can see the Australian flag there just next to the race, Blake. There's no wind here at all, is it?
No wind
Quite still.
whatsoever here at the Albury Sports Ground.
24 degrees today.
So the guys are just trying to sort out the technical difficulties that we're having here at the Albury Sports Ground. The good thing is that there is no one speaking. It is purely silent here. You can hear a pin drop, Lukey Francis.
Absolute total respect. Panda.
So the officials here at Albury are working hard to try and rectify the ground issue here at the venue. Our wireless microphone is working fine. It's just the microphone here at the venue for the spectators here at the Albury Sports Ground. So both sides are lining up at the moment. All the clubs, all the teams. So you got all the netballers, you have the thirds, the seconds, everybody all lining up, Lukey Francis. So they've actually paused all the games, all the netball games over on the netball courts, and everybody is taking part in the ceremony, which is great to see.
And Aaron West is just running out the secondary mic here, so hopefully this one will work for us. Just slightly left of the centre in the heart of the Albury Sports Ground. Looks absolutely magnificent.
So we're just trying to get the new microphone working here at the Albury Sports Ground. Repeat, this is the ground microphone in the venue. They're just having trouble getting that one working. For all the spectators to pay their respects here at the Albury Sports Ground. Game is scheduled to start at 2 p.m. We might have a little delay here in the start of the Anzac Day clash. And it looks like they might just push on without it by the looks of things.
We that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. The going down of the sun, and in the morning we will remember them, lest we forget. Billy. We'll now have Jessica Stewart to sing the Australian National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Well done. Thank you. Thank you.
Well done to Jessica Stewart, who sung that national anthem beautifully here at the Albury Sports Ground, to Mick O'Callaghan, the Vietnam veteran who recited the ode, and of course to Billy Stewart, the bugler, here at the Albury Sports Ground. We're about to get underway in front of a pretty good crowd here at the Albury Sports Ground between these two great rivals, the Albury Tigers and the North Albury Hoppers. First quarter action for A-grade Oars and Battery. Once again, Dan Vaccaro, if you can just tell us who we're taking a look at on the 40-wing stat sheet today.
Thank you, Panda. Fletcher Carroll from Albury, Ben Patton, James Cousins, Jakey Gaynor, and the main man Ryan Garthwaite as well. And for North Albury on the 40-wing stat sheet, Panda, Julian Hayes, Timmy Broomhead, Ben Rigoni, Foster Gardner, and Jack Penny.
Alrighty, where does the Albury Tigers need to get their game going, Dan? What's the main stat throughout the year that they've failed in, and for them to get their first win of the season today?
Well, the big thing for Albury is their midfield. They went out in the off-season. They got your big names in there. You got Ben Patton, you got James Cousins, you got Jakey Gaynor, you got some superstars in there. They've got to win it in the cold face, and they've got to bully North Albury in the midfield.
Bob Jacks, we might just head down to you on the boundary. It looks like Jakey Gaynor and Julian Hayes are converging in the middle of the ground for the coin toss.
Yeah, Jakey's already here. He's just shaking hands with the umpires, mate. He's just waiting for Jules to get come in and take the toss as well. So all the umpires are in readiness and waiting for the toss. Jules is just shaking hands with all the umpies. He's the last one here. So up goes the coin. Jules has caught heads. And Jakey Gaynor's won the toss for the Albury Footy Club, and they're going to kick to the Noriel Park end of the ground.
Alrighty, so to the Noriel Park end of the Albury Sports Ground. And just another ground report, if you can, Bobby Jackson, for those who are just joining us on 2AY, the listener app, or on Snap Print Solutions TV.
Yeah, the ground's in fantastic condition. No excuses for the players and their footing today. There's a little bit of a zephyr, but that's not going to affect the game at all. Conditions there, we're looking at 23 degrees, but it's quite warm out here, so the players will need to keep their hydration up and also keep their rotations high as well. We've got two clubs that are desperate here today, boys. Anzac Day, our proudest day. We've got a club that's throwing punches left, right and centre in North Albury. They're just trying to find a way to win. And we've got Albury Footy Club, who've had the weight of the world on their shoulders at the start of the season. What are they going to do today? Anzac Day brings out all sorts of Aussie spirit, fighting spirit. Let's see what these two clubs have got to show for us today in an absolute classic here at Albury Sports Ground.
Love it, Bobby J. Summed up beautifully. Might go to Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wing stat sheet once again. Who do you think will win and why, Dan?
I'm going to stick with Albury, Panda. I think they're going to come good at some point, and I think today's going to be the day. I think Albury by a few goals.
Luke Francis, for you?
Yeah, Albury by a kick, Panda, in a beauty. Here at the Albury Sports Ground. What about yourself?
I think Albury should be winning this game, so I'll stick with my pre-game tip of the Albury Tigers. Bob Jackson?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think it's going to be another tight one. My head says Albury, but my heart says North Albury, just from off the back of what we saw last week, D-Vec. There's a lot to like about this North Albury outfit, but I'm just going to go with Albury because they're playing at home, but gee whiz. Go, mate. I can't go past Albury at home.
The last two games between these two sides at the Albury Sports Ground have been decided by a kick after the siren here on Anzac Day in 2024, when young Josh Murphy had a chance to win the game for North Albury, and last year Ryan Garthwaite kicked a goal with 20 seconds left to beat North Albury by the barest of margins, and they have been two absolute crackers at this venue between these two sides. in the last 2 years. And let's hope we get another splendid day today in front of a really healthy crowd here at the Albury Sports Ground. It's still building as we go to Dan Vaccaro for 40 Winks.
Yeah, I just noticed Bob mentioned in the pre-game as well, Anthony Miles just looks ginger. He's starting on the bench, Bob. He does not look good.
No, he was carrying that leg, whether it's because his tape was nice and tight or he is actually carrying something. So there's two ways to look at it, but you'd like to think he's professional enough to go in close to 100.
Hey, Bobby J, just poke your head up. It looks like Darcy Cullen's starting deep forward for North Albury.
It is too. In his new number 8, yes, that's exactly right. He's going deep forward and he'll get Mr. Conlon, I dare say.
And Jack Lipscomb's gone to Tim Broomhead.
There you go. So watch out for that matchup. We're on here, Anzac Day. Who will find their first win? Luke Francis for A-grade Oils and Batteries.
Bowden and Kotzer in the ruck. The heat's going to be on early. There's Lipscomb down low. Penny went in. Ball finds its way to Patton. Gainer brought down in a good tackle from Cody Gardner. And we will have a stoppage left of a centre on this glorious day in the border city. Let's have a look. There's Patton feeding it out. Cousins it was. Ball back at bootlace level and Lipscomb with it. So he's busy early as the umpire retrieves the Sharon. Up in the air again. Kotzer. Cousins had a crack at it going through. He's claimed by Hayes and also Penny. Again, another stoppage. So no clearance from the contest yet. Good crowd in on this big day. Broomhead try to get it to his boot. Mitchell Scott, Bowden, and then Byrne. Down, bouncing towards right of centre wing, Fletcher Carroll. Now he's got time to sum up the situation. Deep to the pocket here, rolling. Ryan, has he kept it in? No. The boundary umpire says it's out of bounds and we'll have a boundary throw-in.
That we will. So we've gone about 1 minute, all thanks to NZ Albury here in the first quarter. Albury with the first inside 50, albeit a shallow one. Kicking to the Noriel Park end. Toss back into play. Kotzer was unmanned in the ruck and then dropped the footy. Powell tackled him. Kotzer on hands and knees. Ryan burrows in. Coming through hard there was Rake, brought down in a big tackle, and we'll have another stoppage, 20 out from Albury goal.
A few dead heats in the midfield so far. No clear clearances, but Ben Patton 2 disposals early days.
Kotzer down to Penny. On to Peppers Campbell. Left foot kick. Down the line, marked by Garthwaite. Right it in the book. He is averaging how many intercept marks a game, Dan Vaccaro?
He's averaging 6 intercept marks a game.
And there's his first. It's only taken a minute and a half here for NZ. Goes back in for the Tigers. Mooney sets his spot. Spoils towards the boundary. Camped in the left back pocket. And Pope is happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw in front of the old scoreboard. No score to either side as we quickly head to Bob Jackson for the Newmarket Hotel. Any matchups to watch out for?
Yeah, just interesting to see how deep Flynn Gardner's actually playing. He's gone to young Lipscomb, so that's an interesting one straight off the bat, where it's usually his brother that gets the deepest, smallest, dangerous forward.
Lipscomb, and then Flynn Gardner had him. Ball back at bootlace level. Broomhead goes in. Penny comes out to Quaid for the Tigers. High ball going inside forward 50. Walker nearly got a hand to it. Ball came out the front of the contest, back on the ground, and the umpire is going to call for it.
As predicted, James Pope has gone to Matty Walker. He's in form at the moment. Popey, your man, Lukey.
That's it, Bobby. First term for A-grade Oils and Batteries. Here's Campbell. Left foot, tried to hook it back. Here goes Quaid. Kick was partially smothered. Walker on the boot across the face. Through for a minor score. So that's the first one on the board. So the Tigers play the Hoppers 1-0 on the Steel Line scoreboard.
Bobby Jackson,
yes.
Fletch Carroll, what's going on there?
Looks like he's got a knock to his left leg. I didn't quite see the incident, boys.
So he's just limped off the ground, has Fletcher Carroll, and looks to be in all sorts here. Powell brought down in a strong tackle from Rigoni. Just right of the centre square, centre wing in front of the balcony here at the Albury Sports Ground. Rigoni goes short, finds Penny. Fresh off 29 disposals and 2 goals last week, the vice-captain.
Up to 3 already, Peter.
Penny kicks it towards the point of the square. Through the midst there of Byrne. They have time to recover through Kohler across half-back. Chips to Bowden. Here come the Tigers. Grills, inside out, little drop punt nibbler. Finds Patton. He's going to sit it out wide, and it's in the hands here of Tommy O'Brien. Asks the player to lead at him. He runs into trouble, and in the end he goes short to James Cousins for the Tigers on centre wing.
Here he is, the former Hawthorn player, James Cousins, in his first season with the Albury Tigers. Oh, gee, that was an ordinary kick for Powell. Campbell came in. Bowden brought down and a strong tackle from Cody Gardner. The umpire let it go. Bowden goes again. Powell back into the team this week. Wide kick. I think he just wanted the chalk in front of Walker. Gets it. Probably a smart move, I reckon, Bobby.
Yeah, it was. That was a smart move to get a reset or a restart. Geez, he's a big boy, young bout, and he's going to give Indy Kotzer a run for his money today. He's a nice sized lad.
Looks like Ryan Garthwaite is just doing what he wants as the spare, Bobby J.
Yeah, it looks that way. Darcy Cullens has come up to make it a 2-on-1.
Lipscomb, he's been in everything early, and he's caught holding the ball by Foster Gardner. So, Dan, is that his first?
Yeah, that'll be his first, and that's 2 holding the ball free kicks for North Albury. So tackling pressure right up, Lukey.
Great work, Dan, for 40 winks. Here's Rigoni. Back flank, goes into the corridor, misses Jack Penny. Quaid, claimed by Jack, and the umpire will take it.
Pretty scrappy game, it's fair to say, Bobby J, to start the opening quarter.
Yeah, the intentions are nice and high by both clubs. They're trying to move that ball through the corridor and just sort of executing their kicks through there. But I dare say she's hot early, and they're just trying to settle down as best they can.
Pressure will do funny things to football teams.
Also makes diamonds.
Both finding their first win, trying to. Powell in the middle of the ground with an aggressive kick. Finds O'Brien. Just good to see him back playing footy. Back to Powell. A worm burner inside forward 50. Hits the deck. Who can be clean for the Tigers? Walker tackled by Gardner of the Flynn variety. And we have a ball up 40 out from Albury goal. How many inside 50s for the Tigers, Dan?
Yeah, 5 inside 50s, Panda, and no major score yet. So not as potent as you'd like early days.
And only one behind on the scoreboard here for Steerline, and a free kick going to the way of
North Albury.
North Albury and Indy Kotzer, who's got it at half back. No goals. We've played 5 minutes for NZ. A safe start here for A-grade Alls and Batteries on 2AY.
Here's Kane Flack, one of 3 former Collingully Demons playing today for North Albury. Got it in, Bobby. Here's Callum Fisher, backward of centre wing on the clubroom side. In those silver or grey boots, goes with about a 35-metre kick, turns it over to Tom O'Brien. So the Tigers with a chance to build on something here. Short ball to Lipscomb again. He's getting his hands on the footy to Anthony Miles. Smack bang in the centre of the Albury Sports Ground. Off to Elliot Powell. G's busy. And he lobs it forward here. Can they take a mark inside 50? Patton couldn't take it. Flynn Gardner at the bottom. Mitchell Scott taken by Hayes. And again, we'll have another stoppage.
He's been super, sorry, Pan, he's been super important, Elliot Powell, so far. The run off the half-back line, he's had 5 disposals already.
A little bit scrappy, though, by foot, Divac. I think he just needs to tidy that up a little bit, and he'll be a real handful today.
Kotzer at the back of the stoppage. Toby Hunt. Good hands to McKenzie. Shovels it back to Matt Gardner, who's kicked it into his own man, who was running in the opposite direction, and it ricocheted in for a behind. You won't see that too often, Bobby J.
No, not really. No, Divac, they look, North Albury look like they're a bit more organised around the stoppages. The clearances will be a one to watch today for sure.
Yeah, 3-0 so far, Bob.
Hayes with a beautiful
thank you, mate.
kick into Kane Flack. They want the corridor again, and they find it now to North Albury through Cooper McIntosh. Kicks a wobbly one inside 50, looking for Kyle McGee. Has to be clean. Down at ground level, wasn't clean, and Powell runs away for the Albury Tigers. Inboard kick over the head of his intended target, Patton. Kelly gathers, goes by hand to Walker. All this happening at half forward for Albury. Gaynor, dizzles, dazzles, hands off to Jake Ryan for the first goal of the day. No mistake. Great play by the Albury Tigers. Link up by hand, and they get the first major. It took 7 minutes for NZ Albury. Bob Jackson for the Newmarket.
Yeah, it was a scrappy lead-up, wasn't it? You can see the intention of both sides. They're trying to move the ball quickly through the corridor and just lacking. No, yeah, as we said in the pre-match, he's a high-quality player, and we rate him very, very highly. And for that reason alone, he found Jakey Ryan in some space, and as all good forwards, once they get a quality service, they finish off with a goal. So they just need to polish up that inside 50 disposals.
Back in the centre, Kotzer climbing up high. Look at that from Broomhead. Gets it out to Flack, and Kane goes short. And then Ramage comes away with a left foot kick, bouncing towards half forward. And then they're going hard for the ball. Grill's got it out to O'Brien. Missed it. Now here's Hunt. Toby. And then Garthwaite coming from the opposite direction. Ball out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw in. So good crowd, as we said, on the broadcast side, and for that matter, all around the Albury Sports Ground on this beautiful day. Now the boundary umpire's about to launch this back in. Let's see who can win possession at the cold face. Kotzer front spot, tapped it out the back. Broomhead read it beautifully. Lipscomb's got him. Did he drag that in? Umpire's going to say yes. So the Tigers will take possession Jack Lipscomb has been involved, Bobby.
That was a secondary action by Timmy. The ball had actually flipped out, and then he thought, geez, I need to bring that back in just in case they get it away with a clean disposal, and that second action of raking it back in's cost him there.
8 plays near on the steel line scoreboard.
Geez, he's a big boy. Oh, my Lord.
Tigers up, here's Kotzer. And he sends it inside 50. McGee, good mark. Was it taken? No, it wasn't. So Kohler looked like he claimed it. Here's Grills, short ball to Jay Hillary's got to go here, Jay. And then sends it right out wide of the club room side. In pursuit of it is Jake Ryan, the last goal kicker. Campbell came through though and stole the footy. Here's Cullen. Darcy swings around. Left foot, good ball. And they go into Fisher.
So Fisher has it. Probably just too far out to score. So he's going to kick this one deep into the pocket looking for Broomhead, who snuck out the back on Jack Lipscomb. And Broomhead will try and even up the ledger here and kick North Albury's first goal deep in the pocket, 30 out.
Geez, he's clever. He was using his teammate there just to distract the defender to make sure that the defender had a choice to make, and that gave him that little bit of space to take the mark. He's such a clever player. He's carrying the weight of his club on his shoulders at the moment, so he needs to kick this one.
So Tim Broomhead has kicked 7 goals for the year. Multiple goals in every game so far for North Albury, the coach. Kicking to the Botanic Garden end of the ground, hangs it out to the right, works it back just. And the Hoppers get there first through the coach. They move to 1 straight 6. Albury 1-2-8, all that on the steel line scoreboard. Dan Vaccaro, 40 winks.
Oh, he started this game beautifully too, Timmy Broomhead. He's a superstar. 4 disposals for him on the 40-wing stat sheet and a major as well. 2 marks inside 50 from North Albury's entries. Albury have had the 7 entries with no marks, Lukey, so they're not as potent going forward. Good start. Scrappy game, Panda, but that man, Tim Broomhead, he's not scrappy at all. He's a superstar.
Just a quick injury update, boys. My man, Fletch Carroll's just come back on. Looks like he's got a bit of treatment done on that leg, and he's back out in the middle of it.
Bob Jackson for the Newmarket downstairs. Here's Carroll wanting to hit Lipscomb. Gets it, Jack down low in front of Flynn Gardner. Now they're 70 out, the Tigers. They're kicking towards the Noriel Park end. Jack balks around the men on the mark and then goes, misses Walker over the top. Good mark back there by McKenzie. Now what's happening here?
I think he said it touched the ground, Lukey.
I think you're right, Panda.
Good old stalemate.
So Jordan was trying to claim it. He got up off the ground to find out he had to give it away. Here's McGee, Penny. Quaid missed it. Gaynor goes in. Penny's there also. Pope fights away for it. Look at them tearing in for the biscuit. Intensity high here in the opening term. This ball is going to be wrapped up, yes. And a stoppage about 30 out from the Noriel Park end. At the moment, 8 plays 6. The Tigers up on the steel line scoreboard.
Played 11 minutes for NZ. Looks like Leighton Taylor's doing the running for North Albury, Bobby J. Geez, they love him out there. The boy from Perth.
Certainly would.
Must be over here. As Crelly's got it at half back. Inside kick has been cut off by Anthony Miles. Hands it off straight away to the left footer of Grills, who's silver service for Ryan.
Oh, yes.
What a kick that was from Jimmy Grills. Finding the footy across half back, and Ryan will line up for his second. Slight angle, 45 out.
I was right behind all that action, boys. Snipper Miles took the mark, and he could see Wispy Grills coming outside of his vision and gave it to him on his left foot, and that curled him beautifully right into Jake Ryan's bread basket. So they're starting to tick. The Tigers, they are really starting to tick. And if the footy was a biscuit, Lukey, what type of biscuit would it be?
Surely
It would be a Monte Carlo.
What about an Anzac biscuit, Luke?
Oh, perfect, mate.
Hey?
Perfect.
Set it up for you, Luke.
Yeah.
Luke. So here's Jake Ryan. Kick on the way, looks good. It just fades late. And he's kicked a minor score. So the Tigers 1-3-9. The Hoppers 1 straight 6 for Steel Line. Might get a couple of stats if we can, Dan Vaccaro, 40 wings.
Yeah, well, the man that's not prominent on the stat sheet at the moment, Panda, Julian Hayes hasn't touched the footy as of yet on the 40-wing stat sheet, but Tim Broom had 4 disposals and a goal for him. He's been super for North Albury.
Here's Julian with the kick in, Dan, to Flynn Gardner. Fancy saying a Monte Carlo, hey? On Anzac Day.
He set it up perfectly for you, Lukey.
What a clown, Dan. Fair dinkum. Mrs. O'Brien, here's Mooney. Off to Crelly. Angus off, floating ball. And this one going towards King. Oh, he missed it off the boot. Now Grills, left foot. We saw how good he was earlier to Carroll. Into the centre. Patton's got it. Now Ben going forward. Another short ball, turns it over. Tim Broomhead picks it off. So we've got the Tigers up by 3 points on the Steel Line scoreboard. Opening turn brought to you by A-Grade Oils and Batteries. Broomhead, low kick, wasn't his best. Here's Gaynor, hands it off. Is that high on Miles? The umpire says yes. So Anthony to take the kick. Now, there's a couple of Tigers out on the broadcast side. O'Brien's out here lingering. He hasn't called for it yet. He's going to go laterally to Kohler, to Garthwaite, this way to Grills. So they've built this up really nicely. That was a floating ball from Jimmy. And Kotzer takes the mark on half-back for the Hoppers.
1-3-9 Albury to 1 straight 6 North Albury. For Steerline, that kick was ordinary from Big Indy Kotzer.
Oh.
Likewise from Mick Meneman. So I wouldn't be showing anyone the highlights of this game to maybe an international who might be here watching a first game of footy, Bobby J.
No, that's exactly. I'm just about to ask Elliot Powell if the footy's flat, because there's more kicks than not that aren't drop punts. So
it's a strange start to this game.
It is.
For A-grade oils and batteries.
That's a kind way of putting it.
Broomhead's been called to play on as he marked the football. That one didn't travel 15, according to the umpire. And there's a stoppage, 40 out from Albury goal. 1 goal apiece here on Anzac Day. Kotzer grabbed that one out of the ruck. Cousins swoops on the football, tackled by Hayes, who's been quiet. Penny rode that bump beautifully from Carroll. Goes out wide to Toby Hunt, who's got a bit of space at half-back. Balcony side, inboard kick finds Rigoni. And the Hoppers have it on the far wing. They trail 9-6 for Steerline.
Inside border, Campbell. Isaac with a long one. Now Hillary's favoured by this kick. He dropped the mark. McMenamin pounces on the footy and sends it out to the club room side. Lucas Conlon's got it. Short inboard to Fletcher Carroll. Rigoni mans the mark. Now they're looking to go to true centre half back. Mark taken by Lipscomb. Gee, he's been involved, prolific in the first quarter. Patton, big hospital pass over the top to Cousins. Out wide to Jack Lipscomb again. Over the top to Kelly. They go forward inside 50. Ordinary ball. Flynn Gardner. Raking hand pass to Hayes. Back to Flynn. And the Hoppers clear to Campbell.
They do. He's got it at half-back where he had it about a minute ago. There's a 50. What was that for, Bobby J?
I think that was the stand rule. I think there was a little bit of a shimmy to the left by Snipper, and he thought about moving, and they were cost him 50. So it's a harsh penalty for faking a move, isn't it?
So the 50 is every bit of 70. That is a big 50.
Gee whiz.
They were at right half-back. Now they're just outside 50. So Isaac Campbell has it. It's a congested forward 50. He's going to kick this into the pocket, looking for Rigoni, who flew high, and we have a boundary throw in deep in the North Albury forward 50. Bobby J, put your coach's hat on. They don't have a tall forward. How can they generate enough scores to win a game of footy, the Hoppers, at the moment?
I like the intent of how they're moving the ball through the midfield. They just got to keep pulling that trigger until they get it right. You know, it's just a skill error that's letting them down at the crucial time. I think they're moving it quick enough, and when they get enough space in that forward 50, they're very, very, very dangerous. So they just need to back themselves to keep moving that ball nice and quick.
Campbell's taken the mark here right on the 50-metre line. Botanic Garden end. 9 playing 6. Tigers up by 3 points thanks to Steerline. Campbell looking for some space inside 50. He's now telling the boys he's going to have a shot.
There's too many players in there, Luke. He's got to have a shot now.
Here he goes, Isaac. He's winding up now. Left foot. I tell you what, he's missed it. Big build-up, Blake, and he missed it.
That he did, Lukey.
9 plays 8. 7.
For Steerline, 17 minutes gone for NZ. Only a goal apiece here in the Anzac Day clash between the Tigers and the Hoppers. As Carroll has it in D50. Goes out wide. Finds Maxi Byrne. Inboard to Lipscomb, who started well for the Tigers. He's had a good start to the year, in fact. Out wide, they've worked this to the wing. It's in the hands of Tom Rake. Chips it over the top. Oh, floating across and taking a nice mark was Foster Gardner in front of Matt Walker. That was an elite body and paint mark of the day, Bobby J.
Would you expect anything less from one of the Gardner boys? It's just they're just carved out of granite, these boys, and the courage is just oozing out of them every time they go near the footy. So you'd love 18 of them in your side, wouldn't you?
Kane Flack switches the football to Fletch Ramage. The Tigers have covered this switch really well. Fletch goes out wide. It just stays in play, does it? Oh, I reckon that was out in the full. I reckon that was out in the full, but Mooney's marked it. Inboard kick. They have a bit of run and gun here through Flack, the Hoppers.
I agree. I thought it was out in the full as well. Anyway, King's got it. Just forward to the half-forward flank. Going for Broomhead in a one-on-one with Kohler. Tim slips Kohler. Ball out of bounds. So Jason to the scoreboard at the Botanic Garden end. Let's go to you, Dan. Thanks to 40 weeks.
Yeah, the inside 50s there as North Albury just entered. 8 inside 50s for 3 marks. So reasonably potent going forward, and Albury have had the 11 inside 50s. Fletcher Carroll, 5 disposals on the 40-week stat sheet.
They're gone 19 minutes for NZ. Crelly He's claimed by the Tigers. So again, another stoppage. 40 out from goal. Botanic Garden ends. Ball up in the air. Byrne had a swipe at it. Tommy Rake, the former Thaguna Bulldog. Look at that from Ryan. Plucked it out of the air. Now he's looking towards the corridor. Decisive in two minds, or indecisive. Now he finds Fletcher Carroll. Now Grills is getting free. He's off the leash. Here he goes, Jimmy. Short ball out wide. Wasn't the best for Elliot Powell. He's got to go after it. Beats off Fletcher Ramage. Swings around Elliot. Sends it inside 50. Walker couldn't take it. And then Matt Gardner's got it. He's claimed, making no attempt. Pope gets it on his boot, and Penny takes the mark.
Well, that was strange play. He clearly didn't want to get that ball out, Matt Gardner, but he knew he was going to get pinged holding the ball, and in the end it was fortuitously off the boot of Pope. And they've worked the ball to centre wing here. A bit of overlap have the Hoppers. McKenzie has it, has to steady. Lower his eyes inside 50. That's not the kick. Garthwaite sitting in the hole will do that all day in front of Broomhead. Takes another intercept mark. 9 play 7. 20 minutes gone for NZ. First quarter for A-grade Alls and Batteries. A scrappy start here on Anzac Day. Ball's been kicked out really wide to Cousins, who sits and props and chips it over the top to Bowden, and the Tigers have switched to the footy. They have it on the far
50.
side, and there's another 50 for another stand, Bobby J.
Yeah, just crept over the mark there. It was quite clear, the umpire. You could hear him yell stand 3 times, and he just kept running. I think, was it Jules? Our man Jules?
Yep.
Bowden's got it. He lays it off to Patton. He was under high pressure. Jake Gaynor straightens up and hits the post. Hits the post, does Jake. So a 1 point. What are we now? 10-7. Tigers up by 3 points on the Steel Line scoreboard. We're gone 21 thanks to NZ opening term.
Yeah, Fletcher Carroll, he's been really super for Albury. He's up to 6 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet, Lukey, and also Ben Patton's up to the 5 as well.
Lipscomb, hand pass was a bit errant. McIntosh, thought he threw that. Gardner spun out of traffic. Flack went looking for Penny. Clever tap towards Mooney, who stayed out the back of the stoppage. Gives it back to Penny. Inboard kick turns over almost. Looking for Gardner of Cody variety. And he's won a free kick for holding the ball here. A bit stiff, I reckon, Lipscomb at ground level. There's a free kick to Gardner. He plays on straight away, goes out wide, finds Fisher. Just 4 to centre wing here for North Albury. Lead comes from McGee. That's ignored. Goes deep into the pocket looking for Rigoni resting forward. In fact, it's King. McIntosh keeps it in, gives it back to King. Goes by hand. Tackle from Crelly and a stoppage inside North Albury's left forward pocket in front of the electric scoreboard, which reads 10-7. Albury up. Middle stages of this first quarter for A-grade Alls and Batteries.
Bowden got it down. Kohler got his kick away. Cody Gardner takes the mark. Quick snap on goal, bending too much. Garthwaite takes the mark inside the field of play.
The mark from Gus Gardner was called touched.
Okay, that's why he played on. To Grills in the shadows of the back pocket. Oh, look at this. Oh, only just made Jay Hillary on the half volley. He did well in the end to keep his head. To Byrne. What's your best at the moment, Dan, thanks to 40 wings?
Well, the inside 50 count, Lukey. Albury have been really unproductive with their entries. They've had 12 entries. Have only generated 1 goal for Lukey. So wasted opportunities for Albury.
Mitchell Scott having a bounce inside defensive 50. That's always adventurous. Campbell, Fletcher Carroll, gone all over it. No, the umpire said, I'll have it, and he will ball it up.
That we will. Bob Jackson, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. The players look buggered.
Yeah, there's a lot of hard work going on for not much productivity in regards to the quality of the game, is it, boys? That's politely saying it's garbage.
You're a kind man. Snap on goal towards North Albury's goal square. It's been cut off by Garthwaite. Another intercept possession. Quaid fumbled the mark. He has help and support, though, through Byrne. And Quaid gets it back, lumbers down the far side. Inboard hand passes to no one. And Mooney then just left the football behind. Quarter time needs to happen pretty quick here. It's a free kick for a high going Albury's way.
Quarter time for everybody.
And it looks like Byrne is the recipient of the free kick here for the Albury Tigers. Goes by hand to Miles. Chip kick looking for Walker. He's overcooked it. Gardner at the back. Flynn through the legs of McIntosh. And we have a stoppage right on centre wing. 10 plays 7. 23 minutes played for NZ. Albury up. Dan Vaccaro, 40 wings.
I'll tell you what, I don't have the disposal efficiency, Lukey, but I will tell you it is low at the moment, which is putting it kindly. But Fletcher Carroll, he's been good. 6 disposals for him on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Ball back into play. Bowden front spot. O'Brien Just gets a spiral kick. Look at that high one going to the arc of the 50. Who can get this out the back? Mitchell Scott got a boot to it. Patton gets it. Sneaks one through for the Tigers, so they get their second. Just in the nick of time. So 2-4-16 plays 1-1-7 at the quarter-time break at the Albury Sports Ground on this glorious, magnificent Anzac Day Saturday. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, or hello, Panda.
It's just a little scuffle there, not much happening. Both sides just saying hello to each other.
Maybe they should put their
This is what we want.
time and efforts into using the ball.
This is
Maybe. So you were just about to give it one to the break, Lukey Francis, so I'll take us to the break. Patton kicked that ball, and the siren literally sounded after he kicked that ball. So just in a nick of time for the Albury Tigers. They lead 2-4 to 1-1. It's O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
Live on 2AY.
Let's hope the second quarter is a little better than the first here on 2AY's O&M Live. The Tigers lead the Hoppers by 9 points at quarter time, 2-4-16 to North Albury 1-1-7. Panda Escott with you, Lukey Francis. We'll head down to Bobby J soon. We'll go to Dan Vaccaro, who has our Hotondo Homes quarters best in the first quarter, and to run over a couple of stats, D-Vac.
Thanks, Panda. Yes, it wasn't an easy watch that first quarter, Lukey Francis. However, there was some players that did stand out. I thought Fletcher Carroll was really good. His ball use was one of the only players that was using it well was Fletcher Carroll. He had 6 disposals in the first quarter. Ben Patton had 6 and a goal as well, so he was also really really good for Albury. For North Albury, Timmy Broomhead, there can't be anyone else. He had 5 disposals, he floated forward, he kicked a goal. In a scrappy game, he stood out for North Albury as well. And
we might head really quickly down to Bobby J. He's got Frankie Marr.
Yeah, I've got Frankie Marr with me, boys. 13 inside 50s for 6 shots on goal, with only 2 shots, 2 goals. What was the message there at quarter time?
Obviously, the conversion would be a lot better if we can just... That last kick's got to be a bit more pride and a bit more care to it. But look, we've got the footy in our hands, which is a great start, but you obviously got to convert now.
A really hard question. Was the footy flat?
I don't know. I'm not sure, mate. I'm a bit of a kicker. You like the footy, but yeah.
Well, I didn't touch it much, mate. I was too busy chasing you.
Good on you, mate. I'll see ya.
Frank Marr, one of the assistant coaches of the Albury Tigers. We'll head back to Dan Vaccaro, who's going to run through some more stats for us in that opening quarter.
Yeah, a couple of stats. I guess throughout the whole season, Albury are ranked 8th for scores, and North Albury Lukey are ranked 9th. So going into this game, it's probably not great reading for both teams. We know they've had a slow start to the year. And marks inside 50, Albury ranked 9th with a really good forward line. Matt Walker up there as well. So it's not great reading for both teams. They'd want to change it up in the second quarter, because that was pretty messy.
So does that go down to personnel, Bobby? Or, I mean, yes, Albury have big guns in their forward line, but we sort of spoke about it last week. It's more so the entries going inside forward 50. I mean, they're only on the end of the good work up the ground.
Well, it's the good players that are causing the turnovers. You know, Powley and Gaynor and Cousins through the midfield, and even Patton turned the ball over in the middle of the ground there to Timmy Broomhead late in the quarter. You know, the quality players are the ones that are turning it over, so they need to get a bit of time. You know, a bit more quality out of their kicks going inside 50.
Alrighty, so the game over at Martin Park starts at 3 p.m. And that is between who, Dan Vaccaro?
That is between Wodonga Raiders and Wodonga Bulldogs, Panda, a great rivalry in the O&M.
Around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Pool World, and of course we'll get an update for you between the Essendon and Collingwood game. That starts at 3:20 at the MCG. Bobby Jackson just having a little chat down there to Isaac Muller. Did you say anything in particular down there, Bobby J? No, it doesn't have the headphones on. Stuff for you, Panda.
Sorry, mate, what was that?
Just having a chat with Isaac Muller.
Yeah, we'll just talk. The footy seems to be a contentious subject at the moment. He seems to think it's flat as well.
Here we go. Second stanza, and Cousins got his hands on the footy early. Here's Hayes, just comes charging through and gets it to the boot. Going back, Kotzer. Here's Cody Gardner working down low. And then Kotzer goes again. Hayes just bobs it up to Rigoni. Out the side, they come to Ramage. Finds Toby Hunt. Pops it up in the air to Callum Fisher. So a few possessions to work it to half forward, but they got control of the Hoppers. Pops it up, sends it down over the back. Good mark. Taken back there by Jay Hillary in front of King. And they shift it to the back pocket, and they pick up O'Brien.
Just that last kick, Bobby J, isn't it? It's going to be the story of North Albury's year.
See, that kick there was not to anyone's advantage except for the defenders. It was in low and flat instead of being high and giving him an opportunity to actually bring it to a 50-50 and down in front.
Bowden has the ball with Carroll as well. Flicks it out wide. Byrne wants his right foot. That is a good tackle from Isaac Campbell, who read which way he was going to go and wrapped him up and caught him holding the ball. He's been good, Isaac Campbell, Bob Jackson for the Newey.
He has been. He's getting plenty of footy, and he's one of those boys with a prodigious left foot that can cause some damage moving forward. And good disposal there. So he's backed me up nicely there. So he needs to get more of the footy, getting inside 50.
Rigoni wheels around on the right, goes deep into the pocket. King flew high, floated to the front of the pack, gets out the back here. Cullen, wrong side for a left footer, flicks it back to King. Got a quick kick away. Kohler wrapped up by Gardner, 2 former Bushranger teammates. And we'll have a ball up inside North Albury's forward 50.
Yeah, and just quickly, the 2 guys that were quiet in that first quarter, Julian Hayes and Ben Rigoni, both touching the ball multiple times this quarter already. So good signs for North Albury.
Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks. And ball up, 25 around from goal, Norriel Park end. And again, we're going to have another stoppage. So Kohler brought to the turf. Here, the buzz downstairs. Quite an atmosphere coming through the effects mic. King up high in front of Bowden, charging through McIntosh.
Yeah, there's a few starting to gather there, Lukey. It's It's my shout next, so I just need to get through to half-time so I can get to the bar and shout the boys.
Beautiful, Bobby. I like it. Boundary umpire again with the Sharon.
Start our own 2 up in the box here, Lukey.
Why not? Yeah, come in spinner. Back at bootlace level. You guessed it, Blake. It's another stoppage. Yeah.
Repeat inside 50s here for North Albury. Feel like the scoreboard can't get away from them here. If the Tigers get the first of this second quarter, margin will be out to 15. It sits at 9 at the moment, all thanks to CMV Truck and Bus. Byrne, good hand pass, creates space for Jimmy Grills. O'Brien ran into traffic, gang tackled by a couple of hoppers. All this at half-4 down on the far side for North Albury. Campbell again, left foot entry, Garthwaite. Eats it like a big hot dog at the can end out the back of us. Intercept mark, that's his 3rd for the day, Dan Vaccaro.
Yes, it is, and he's up to 5 disposals as well, so he's a super player, Ryan Garthwaite.
Started the year like a house on fire. Patton, short to Carroll, who's just outside his defensive 50.
Up to 8 disposals, Fletcher Carroll. He's been good.
He's shaking off that knee concern, Bobby J, for the Newey.
Yeah, he's my man. He's nice and tough. Get main boy.
Gardner, Matt, tried to take a mark. Penny, hand pass intercepted by Patton, tackled by Cody Gardner, and we'll have a ball up in front of our commentary position. 16 plays 7. The Tigers up by 9 points. 3 minutes gone for NZ second term.
Hold him live on 14.94 2AY. His Broomhead going after it under pressure from Gaynor. Ball out of bounds. So a few stoppages to start the second term at the Albury Sports Ground. What's your best there, Dan?
Yeah, well, that man, Ben Rigoni, he's been really busy this quarter. He only had 3 disposals in the first, but he's already had his 3 this quarter. He's a player North Albury need to get going.
Kotzer at the back, trying to whack it away. There's Powell, right foot sends it down the line. Pope going back. James, does he keep it in? That ball out of bounds now. And again, another boundary throw-in. So not the most spectacular start of the second term.
No, but we're breaking records for stoppages. Lukey?
We are, Dan. 16 playing 7 here. Albury up over the Hoppers on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
So only the 3 goals in this game. 1 to Jake Ryan, 1 to Tim Broomhead, and 1 to Ben Patton. 2 the Tigers, 1 to the Hoppers. Here's James Cousins. Oh, really good evasive skills to get around big Kyle McGee. He's kicked though. Found touch. Punched over the line by Foster Gardner. He goes straight into Elliot Powell. 2 fellas who will not take a backward step whatsoever, Bob Jackson.
Yeah, I'd hate to be the last biscuit on the table at the Gardner household. Gee whiz, you'd be like the bloody Tasmanian devil fighting all his brothers, wouldn't it?
What kind of biscuit, Bobby?
Anzac biscuit, my friend.
Monte Carlo.
Monte Carlo. Spare me, Luke Francis. Oh, that was as easy as anything.
That's the highlight of the day on this.
So far, we've got another stoppage just outside Albury's attacking 50.
Scotch finger biscuit.
Kicking to the Botanic Garden end of the Albury Sports Ground. Lipscomb found a little bit of space when there wasn't much. Powell punched it inside forward 50. Scrappy start to this second quarter. Scrappy bloody game to say the least here at the minute. McGee went by hand to Gardner, who's met over the line by Tom Rake, and we'll have another stoppage. Dan, what is your best please for 40 Winks?
I'm going to start running out of stats soon, Panda, if we keep getting these stoppages. But Fletcher Carroll, he's just started where he left that last quarter, so he's up to the 9 disposals on the 40 Winks stat sheet. Been Albury's best.
We're doing our best here, Lukey, for McRae Motors.
We are. We're trying, Panda.
And Border Bandag.
Mitchell Scott brought to ground by Hayes. Yeah, can't believe it, Bobby. I set you up beautifully, and out you came with the Monte Carlo. Unbelievable.
That's the Turvey Park, you know what, in you, mate.
Hey,
Just
come
on
on
now. Come
you
on.
are a double agent of the highest order, Luke Francis.
Oh, that's a bit low. Here's Rake taken in. I want to see Rake and Broomhead play on each other.
And he's back. He's back, boys.
It took 4 rounds, but here he is.
I've had enough.
He's back with a bang.
Get me out.
Deary me. 9-point lead to the Tigers here.
We have to do something, Luke.
Well, that's right. We've got to go down that path. That's how good we're going here. Powell going in. He doesn't stop trying. That's a great call by the umpire. And here he goes, Elliott. Wants to centre it up. Well, Campbell's everywhere. Great, courageous work going back. Now, Flynn Gardner's out here if he gets it over to Matt Gardner. Here they go, the Hoppers, and back to Flynn. Now we've got some action. Flynn going to half forward. Ball bouncing into the hands of Cullen. Now, he's going to level up here. Left foot sends it towards home. McIntosh at the back. He's about to pounce on it. Swings around. Cody Gardner to Kane Flack. Tapping, trying to keep the ball in front of him out of bounds. Okay, gee, that ball went from one end to the other in quite a hurry, Bobby.
That's the perfect entry that the North Albury Hoppers are looking for, particularly with the setup that they've got. They need to get in nice and quick, and if they can't get some space to take the mark on the lead, they've got some dirty ball on the ground where they've got quick, fast little fellas flying around the ground.
Bowden down to Grills, who's been good in the first quarter and a bit. Gaynor, inboard hand pass to Carroll. It's tied in the stoppage there. They've almost turned it over, the Tigers. We have another stoppage, 30 out from North Albury's goal, right in front of the old scoreboard here. No score in this second quarter. We have gone 7 minutes for NZ. Still 16 playing 7 in favour of Albury. Carroll, his exiting kick was partially smothered. Mackenzie tried to claim the mark. And then we have another boundary throw in on the broadcast side. 60 around from North Albury's goal. Inside 50 numbers, please, in the second quarter for Avis. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, Albury have had the 3 and North Albury have had the 3, Panda. So no marks inside forward 50 yet from both sides. Scrappy.
Yeah, 2 goals playing 1, so we've got a soccer scoreline. Tigers up 16-7 over the Hoppers on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. Back over the chalk again. Bobby, you got a good view of this?
Yeah.
So just words between Broomhead and Elliot Power, nothing in that?
Nah, got nothing to say.
Boundary umpire, 65 around from goal. Norriel Park end. McGee in the ruck with Bowden. Broomhead short to Rigoni. Out wide to Crelly. Angus over the top to McIntosh. All cheating it, taken high. What's the umpire going to say? Yes. So I don't think that umpire was adjudicating, but he's came in and taken
Jason
it over.
Rain. Best in the business, Jason Rain.
Powell falls into the hands of Walker, weaving through, finds himself well back in the back line. Here's Kelly and Pope, well done by Ben, gets it out the front of the contest to O'Brien, sweeping hand pass to Garthwaite, on to Patton, taken down. And now Garthwaite goes again. Byrne gets a kick away, and they're contesting it on centre wing.
They are. Patton, good hand pass out to Gaynor. His kick is going to fall in the lap here of Matt Walker, who's got plays streaming inside forward 50. Ryan is all on his own. That's where the kick goes, and that's where he marks. Jake Ryan, stretching forward, will line up 30 out, slight angle.
Yeah, at last, some quality players getting the footy there. Gaynor and Matty Walker getting the football, and no coincidence there's a shot on goal. So, yeah, the game is struggling, boys. I know we're really struggling to reach some heights, but we've still got to try and eke out as best we possibly can and hope that this game's going to turn around with some quality players starting to step up with some quality disposals.
So Jake Ryan, the first goal of the day, for his second, straight through the height a little. And finally, after 9 minutes for NZ, we have a goal here in this second quarter, and the Tigers stretch the margin to 15 points, 3-4 to 1-1. Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, probably smells a little bit of danger, Lukey, for North Albury. It's such a low-scoring game as well, but what a finish there by Jakey Ryan and Albury. They've been inside forward 55 times for the 1 mark. As we said, it is a scrappy game, but Fletcher Carroll, he's up to 12 disposals on the 40-wing stat check. He is on the ground at the moment for mine. Ben Patton, James Cousins and Jakey Gaynor as well, all getting their hands on the footy. So Albury looking the goods at the moment, North. A little bit of damage control needed here.
Great work, Dan Vaccaro, for 40 wicks. The man fresh back from Cambodia and Singapore. Here's Broomhead over the top to Penny. Short one to Crelly. Angus, can he find someone inside 50? Kyle McGee couldn't mark it. Out the back, Garthwaite and Kohler go after it. Callum Fisher was there. Here's Hillary. Jay short, good work. Spots up Fletcher Carroll, just outside defensive 50. Goes to Elliot Powell.
50.
And it is. So right in front of the Tigers bench.
Just a disappointing entry again from the Hoppers. They had clear possession, the ball inside 50, ready to go into a dangerous spot, and they cocked it up.
Patton wants it, gets it. Good mark and a brilliant kick from Elliot Power. He's having an impact, Power, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, he is. He's been super, and this man here is just starting to come alive as well. Ben Patton, they use him in the midfield, but we know at AFL level he was that half-back type, and now he floats forward and marks like that. He's an important player for Albury.
Yeah, the former St Kilda Saint and Sydney Swan. Ben Patton now with the Albury Tigers. Tough angle. He'll kick from 45 in the shadows at the Botanic Garden end. That one has gone through for 1- score. So 23 playing 7. 23 playing 7. Tigers up on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. We're in the second term. It's brought to you by Avis Albury.
Just with North Albury's forward line, Bob, there's just no real structure down there, is there? Without that big forward that they've had in the past with Minogue, it just looks a little bit all at sea.
Yeah, it does, but we harped on it at quarter times. The quality of entry inside 50 is really hurting them. Like, they had a perfect opportunity there to hit it out in front of Kyle McGee. No fault of his own. The ball was too high, and it was Garthwaite playing on him. He had no chance.
Fisher marked the ball and gave it straight to the running man Hayes, who flicks it out to the other side of the Albury Sports Ground, the balcony side to Toby Hunt. His kick Oh, Bowden goes back with serious courage. Takes an elite body and paint mark of the day. Had no idea what was coming the other way. And from a big man, that is seriously impressive. Kelly has it now on centre wing. Tigers looking good. Entry inside 50 over the head of Walker. Out the back here, Flynn Gardner with a bit of work to do. Calm as ever. Does well, flicks it out wide, but it's been intercepted by Carroll, who's got the ball at half forward. He played on outside of the ground. That was strange. His kick was into the mark of Isaac Campbell, and that should have been thrown in, but it is in the end because the ball finds touch. So 3-4-22 Albury, 1-1-7 North Albury. Second quarter for Avis. That on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Luke, we have gone 12 minutes.
Bobby, Matt Walker's had limited opportunities, but gee, the delivery to him has been very unattractive.
Well, that's just off the back of that last comment I made for young Kyle McGee. You know, here we go.
Here's Hunt, and he goes over the top, so the Hoppers in possession. Cullen breaking away, Darcy, and he sends it inside 50. King, it's fisted away by Kohler. Ball back in between Mooney and also Grills, tied up, and the umpire will take it. We'll go back down to you, Bobby, for the Newmarket.
So even that entry there, I think Mooney was a better option. He had the mismatch there to really impact and have a shot on goal. As Jack Penny lines up for goal and snaps across his body. Oh, just behind the stick. Sorry, boys.
Bobby, wow.
Bobby.
How about that?
You can come up here if you like and we'll get down in the sunshine.
Yeah, if I do that too much, you blokes will be at the bar in 2 minutes. So no, you get back into it.
Oh,
I like it. For Border Bandag, if you don't mind.
I don't mind it. I like it.
So it was a snap-on goal from Penny that missed.
Sorry.
He should have kicked it in the end. He had a
Hey,
lot of
Bobby
time and space.
explained what happened. He was fine.
1-2-8 North Albury, 3-4-22. Usually when you call, Bob, you then give the score.
We're all trying, boys. We're all really trying really hard.
Some harder than others.
For CMV Truck and Bus. Lipscomb kick looking for Ben Kelly, who wins a free kick for a chop of the arms, does he? Yes. It's a free kick back on centre wing to the Albury Tigers. In the blue boots, Big Ben goes by hand to Garthwaite. He's going to kick this as long and as far as he can and gain as much yardage. Walker caught between two Hoppers. Out the back, Mitch Scott can run in if the ball can sit for him. He doesn't. Hayes, Julian runs it over for a minor score. Hoppers 1-2-8 to Albury 3-6-24. 9 scoring shots to 3 for CMV Truck and Bus.
Jamie Mooney, half back for the Hoppers. Short ball. Picks up Jordan McKenzie. Sends it to half forward. Now, Nui marked it. Rigoni had to go back with Lucas Conlon. Picks it up now, gets around, and then sends it forward. King 2-on-1 back there. Garthwaite at the back. He's about 6'4". You're not going to get past him too often. There's Grills, thumps it out, turned over to Mooney. Now they must score out of this. They have to. Mooney, short to Broomhead. Righto.
Does he have the distance?
It's with the right man, Bobby.
Geez, I reckon he might, the 50s are not quite 50 here, is that fair to say? I think he's going to have a crack, boys. A little bit, I'm just looking at the flag on the opposite side of the ground. It looks like that breeze is going to be working against him. So if anyone can, this guy can.
So he's already kicked 1 in this game. That gave him 8 for the year, Tim Broomhead. Here he goes. He's got to kick it every bit of 60, I reckon. Or it's a top spinner. Going towards the pocket, bouncing through, is it? Yes, now for a behind. So 24 playing 9. 24 plays 9. The Tigers are up at the Albury Sports Ground on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. We've gone close to 16 for NZ Albury. We're in the second term.
They've had 8 inside 50s North and just haven't been able to generate a score, Lukey. So that's where the game's getting lost. They're getting the entries. They're just not getting the score on the scoreboard.
Ryan paddles the ball towards Cousins, able to get a hand free. Scott didn't take possession. McIntosh tackled hard. And we have a ball up, point of the square, favouring Albury, who lead this ball game by 15 points, 24-9. All thanks to Avis Albury. Great to have Avis on board in 2026, supporting local footy. Cousins drop the footy. Broomhead retreats to Hayes, starting to get his hands on it now. Kick down the line, looking for Toby Hunt. He's got 2 to beat. And Patton, who's played a really good game, goes by hand, gets it back in a 1-2, tries to fend off Cody Gardner, brought down in a tackle and actually got rid of it. So I'm not sure how that's holding the ball, but it's a free kick to North Albury through Cody Gardner.
Certainly is. Off to Flack. They move it quickly. Oh, well done, Jay Hillary going back. Cullen is there, so too Grills. Hunt got it to Cullen, fumbled. Hillary goes again. Gaynor picks it up.
In the back.
Yes. So well done by Jay Hillary, going in low, Bobby, and won the ball.
Yeah, low and hard. You usually get looked after by the umpires, and that was something you used to get taught back in the old days. You go low and hard, and you get looked after. So Jay was taught by a good man and his old man. He was a gun footballer, his old man in Old Roscoe. He was a fantastic footballer.
Ryan Garthwaite chips it over the top to Fletcher Carroll. They're still in their D50, Noriel Parkan. Now they shifted out, the Tigers, to Lipscomb. It was very good in the opening term. Backward of centre wing now. Club room side. On Anzac Day 26 at the Albury Sports Ground. Hoppers and the Tigers in a ding-dong duel. Mick Meneman still on half back, so the Hoppers have got them stacked up here. They've got a good defensive grid going. Fletcher Carroll, might turn it over here. Crowley came in quick. He wins the ball, Angus, and the free kick. Well, hang on, it's going back the other way. Okay, so the Tigers will get it through Gaynor.
So 24 plays 9 here. Only 4 goals in this game on Anzac Day. Good bit of play for North Albury here. They move the ball through the middle of the ground, through Flack, onto Penny, to McIntosh. Now Flack, just outside 50. It's a floating old wobbling kick to absolutely no one. And Jimmy Grills playing the quarterback role, has it at half-back, goes short to Max Byrne. That's not the kick, Bobby J, for the Newey.
No, you're dead right, and it's a little bit disappointing, and I'm not sure how they're going to fix it in game. It's just. I'm scratching my head here, boys. It's really hard to work out what the hell's going on.
McIntosh has a free kick in the back here, Dan. We'll get to you in a second. He's just about to send it in. Garthwaite sitting in the hole here for Albury. So they're getting inside 50s here to no avail, and it's a high entry once again, and Ben Kelly gets back in the hole. Albury try and exit, and they find a boundary throw in 40 around from North Albury goal. Dan Vaccaro, 40 winks. What do you got for us?
20 inside 50s in a half a footy for North Albury, and they've kicked 1 goal, Panda. So I don't know how good you are at percentages, but if you can work that out.
I can't.
5%.
There you go. I did drop maths in year 11, Dan.
So did I.
Not a very smart man.
Blake Escott calling for Border Bandag, Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks, and Bobby Jackson for the Newmarket Hotel downstairs. He's Ryan. Hands it off to Patton. Tries to get around left foot and just barrels it inside 50. Now going back here is Foster Gardner. The first time under pressure from Elliot Power. Pope. James goes to ground. Now he's in trouble. He's in big trouble here. Gets rid of it though. Did well in the end. Now Cody Gardner dancing around. Trying to get his handball away. Pretty scrappy down there. Still comes out. Play going on now. It's clamped in. Jamie Mooney with it. He'll hand it back to the umpire. So 3-6-24, playing 1-3-9 on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. Yellow and black up over the green and gold at the Albury Sports Ground. There's Flack, taken by Fletcher Carroll.
I've got an idea, boys. You
What's your idea,
you know when they do Oz kick and the umpires, it's usually a dad. They get the irrits and they just throw the ball out in the centre wing. Said right out, go get it.
They even kick it sometimes, Bob.
Well, here's Penny. He's got the ball in a little bit of space. Needs to find a target, and King was edged under the footy by Hillary, and the Tigers go inside 50. Mooney gets back in the hole. Walker's down there, tackled by Broomhead, and we'll have a ball up 30 around from Albury goal. 24 plays 9. Scoreboard has not moved much today. Tigers by 15 points for NZ. We've played 20 minutes. Powell out the back of the stoppage. Jumper being held. Yep. Jumper being held. And Elliot Powell has a free kick in the shadows of the Albury Sports Ground.
He played that beautifully, didn't he, Pan? He just pushed out in front of him. You feel the pressure from behind, and the defender didn't quite see whether he had the ball or not, and grabbed a handful of jumper. This kick is, if he hangs it out to the right-hand goal post, as we've seen with the last kick in this pocket, I just reckon it might just drift through. There's a little bit of a zephyr, Lukey, blowing towards the Botanical Garden ends.
So he's 50 out as Elliot Powell. 10 metres in from the boundary. This to give Albury a really good lead. Margin at 15. He started it to the left and never gave it a chance like Bob Jackson asked for.
Did not listen to you, Bob.
3-7, 25 to 1-3-9. Margin at 16 points. All that on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Luke Francis for Border Mandag.
It might have been that zephyr you were talking about there, Bob.
Yes, the zephyr. A little bit of a zephyr.
Dan, bring some sense back to this, please. Marks inside 50.
Trying my best. 2 marks to Albury this quarter and no marks to North Albury in their 11 entries.
Julian Hayes with the Sharon. And he's about to go with the low border. Cooper McIntosh, who really had to go. He's under a stack of pressure all over it. Umpire lets him off the hook. I don't know if he want to be picking off kicks like that when you're trailing by this much. There goes Miles to Carroll. And then McMenamin lobs it up. Pack forming down there. Pope gets a fist to it. Ball out of bounds. So not much going on in the last few moments, I think it's fair to say, Blake Escott.
Absolutely. Half-time is for Elders Rural, and that's not too far away. Stay with us here on 2AY or O&M Snapprint Solutions TV. We'll go around the grounds throughout half-time and find out what's happening between the Raiders and the Dogs over at Birralee Park. Out the back of the stoppage. Cousins came through. Scott was tackled by Julian Hayes.
I reckon the crowd's got bigger since we started, Pena.
Certainly has. I reckon pushing 2,000, I would say. All fighting for a little bit of sunshine on a glorious Anzac Day. Rigoni has the ball now. Kick looking for McIntosh, playing in front of Bowden. And the Hoppers come through off half-back. Rigoni, kick on the wing looking for McGee. Got a left hand to it. Hillary's playing really good today. Tackled over the boundary line, and we'll have a boundary throw-in literally right in front of Bob Jackson, who might get himself on the footy mix stat sheet.
Yeah, I got one earlier, boys. I think Divac missed that, so that nice and close to the action here. And all the boys are trying their hardest, lads. I'll give them that much, but just the execution that has just let them down here.
Miles clearing ball from the contest. Matt Gardner sitting under it. Big climb from the back from Lipscomb. Toby Hunt, and now Flack goes in. Nice work to Hunt. And now Foster Gardner, who's he got? Beautiful kick to Penny. Here he is, a Penny on Anzac Day to Flack. And then he wants to go to Truce and a half forward. Low ball. McMenamin has taken the mark in front of Rigoni. So Braden, now he's got a free man laterally. He's going to take the man on the mark on. Goes to half forward. Walker's got a backtrack. Fletcher Ramage also. Ryan, good inside ball. Now Powell's got no one down there at all. Fletcher Ramage takes the mark. That's scrappy football. Turnover after turnover, and then into Broomhead. Goes back to Ramage. It's all over the place at the moment, and then back to McKenzie.
McKenzie goes short to Foster Gardner. Fair to say we need half-time here. Julian Hayes straight through the middle of the Albury Sports Ground. Can North Albury make something of this? He's going to give it back to Julian Hayes, does Rigoni. Goes by hand. This is the best they've looked all day. Julian Hayes, floating old mongrel. Through the minor score, and it's 1-4 North Albury. He ran from half back to have a shot inside forward 50. I reckon that was a bit of I'll do it myself, Julian Hayes. 1-4-10 to 3-7-25. Margin at 15, not far away from half time here at the Sports Ground for Avis Wangaratta.
Long kick out. Oh, big pack of players. Gardner's ended up with it. It's a mark to Matt. Wow.
The boy from Warraneen, Luke Francis.
That's him, Panda. Short to Broomhead. Now, he had a shot from this distance moments ago in this quarter. He kicked a top spinner. I reckon he might want another crack at this, Tim. Now he's calling for someone to lead at him. That was ordinary. Got smothered by Cousins. Hooks it back. Goes inside 50. Penny, front spot. Now, this might be on here because Hillary's dumped Flack.
Oh, that was unnecessary, that.
Yeah, here we go. So, right on the halftime siren. Will this fizz out? Flack's he's entitled to have a go back here. Jimmy Grills is trying to take a few teammates off the pack. Now, this is always dangerous when someone ends up on the turf, Dan.
Yeah, it's not good. I actually missed the actual contact, Lukey, but it looks like someone was put down after the siren. So maybe a bit of fire in the belly.
I've just got Corey Lambert here, lads, just to get a bit of feedback from the great man. What was your take on that first half, Lambo?
Pretty even competition at the minute. Both sides are really getting their head over it and wanting it. You know, the score's low, which obviously shows a high-pressure game. And, yeah, I think it's anyone's at the minute.
The effort and energy's there. The execution's not quite there. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. We've missed some key targets through the middle of the ground, which have hurt at times, but so have they. Which just goes, again, to show how much pressure's on. But, we'll work through it and see how we go.
Yeah, it's only a 2-goal game, which works in your favour as well. A bit of tinkering at half-time.
For sure. We've got to find some goals and we'll see what we can do.
No worries. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Corey Lambert, assistant coach of the North Albury Hoppers. He'll actually vacate that area now, Bob, because he's got to go and coach the thirds who are playing after this game. The thirds for the Albury Tigers and the North Albury Hoppers. We'll take a break. Halftime show for Elders Rural on the other side of this. It's the Tigers by 15 points, 25-10. And on Anzac Day footy on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
grid shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
Albury. O&M Live on 2AY.
Bathed in sunshine here at the Albury Sports Ground. It's been a fantastic morning in terms of the day we celebrate Bob and obviously commemorating our Anzacs and then the footy started. And then I'll be honest, we're not going to sugarcoat it, but that was a very poor half of footy for a spectacle point of view. Bob, what did you make of it?
Well, it's fair to say neither team have got out of the trenches yet and opened up this game of footy. It's been hard watched, but if we can sugarcoat it or polish the turd, as we say on 2AY and Live, they're trying their hardest to get the ball out and get the ball rolling. They're just lacking that finish inside 50, through the middle of the ground. They're trying to bite off that 45 and open up the middle of the ground. They're just not executing through there with. And Corey Lambert said at half time, there's plenty of pressure going on, but there's times where there's been no pressure, and it's been, we question the football at quarter time, and then our partner in crime in Gussie McLeod was here, and he went and checked the footy, and he said it was a bit softer, so whether that's an expert opinion, I'm not sure, Divac, but inside 50s is 24 to 21, and we've only got 4 goals kicked for the day.
That's crazy, isn't it? So North have only kicked 1 goal from their 21 entries.
Yeah, well, 3 goals from 24 is not much better, mate,
No,
really,
it's not,
if you
no.
think about
It's
it.
the lesser of two evils, really.
Yeah, intercept marks is 4 to 1, so the ball's not even getting intercept marked. It's just absolute garbage going inside 50, if we're going to be brutally honest. And I'm sure, when the coaches sit back and code this at the end of the day, they're going to go, wow, do we throw this first half in the bin? Well, you basically can, because it's only 2 goals of difference here at the moment. So I'd like to think that the coaches will go, right, let's not harp on that first half too much. Let's start a new game here at half time, and let's see if we can turn this thing around and pray for a new football and pray for the game to open up with some clean disposals. I love what Jules did there towards just before half time, where he broke the lines and ran the game on. I think there needs to be probably a little bit more breaking the lines by foot, rather than trying to deliver the ball through skills. So maybe running the ball might be an answer.
That's the voice of Bob Jackson for the Newmarket Hotel. We'll go through some individual stats, Bobby, and then we'll get some goal kickers, which will probably take about all of 5 seconds, given the score line. But Fletcher Carroll, I think he's probably been Albury's best. He's had the 17 disposals. Ben Patton's been solid. 12 disposals and a goal for him. James Cousins, 8 disposals. Jakey Gaynor has had the 9. Ryan Garthwaite's had the 8. I thought he's been really important whenever North have gone back. Have tried to go forward, he's usually there. And then Julian Hayes, he got busy in the second quarter. He had 8 disposals. He only had 2 in the first, so well held for a quarter. Timmy Broomhead, 12 disposals and a goal. Benny Rigoni, 8 disposals. Foster Gardner's been really quiet for his standards, only the 4 disposals. And Jack Penny's been solid in the midfield as well for 13 disposals, Bob. And you've got the goal kickers? Yeah, I've got the goal kickers. For the Albury Footy Club, we've got Jake Ryan with the 2. He's kicked one in each of those quarters, and Benny Patton kicked a nice one in the first quarter. It was a great finish across his body at the Noriel Park end. And also Timmy Broomhead kicked a nice one in the first quarter for North Albury. Just while we're talking about the Noriel Park end, the Noriel Park is synonymous with the Anzac Day commemorations, I suppose you could say. It's to commemorate the gallantry in action of the 13th Battalion Australian Field Artillery, known to the citizens of Albury as the Albury Battery, at Noriel, France, April 1917. There you go. Some of your best work, Bob. That's all you.
It is not all me. I've got some very, very good sources that help me out with that little nugget. So Bruce McAvaney's got his crew of thousands helping him with stats, and I've got my one bloke who gets bees for a living. So
big shout out to Robbie McKinlay.
Robbie McKinlay, thank you very much.
But Bobby Jackson, fantastic work there. Now, the one thing I noticed towards the end of that quarter, North Albury specifically, had a couple of opportunities where they broke away from the pack off that half-back line. Is that something that Broomhead's going to ride home about? Maybe they can bring that into their game in the second half if they fix those entries?
I just think if you can just shift a few different magnets, maybe try a Rigoni through half-back, and maybe try Hazy further up the ground where he can use his creativity across and further up, but he's run through the half-back. He just needs to maybe... Not the obvious ones. He might need to find a Campbell or a McIntosh that can sort of get into a position on the ground where they can be damaging, where they can just bring another Broomhead or someone else into that forward 50 and say, right, maybe Jack Penny can play out of the forward 50. Now I know they tried Darcy Cullen up forward with not too much effect, but let's be honest, not too many forwards or key forwards is getting an opportunity to show their wares today with the type of ball coming in. So. I think both sides would be putting the message across that they want their best ball users kicking the ball inside 50 with some space behind them.
That's the halftime show for Elders Raw you are listening to. We'll go around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Poor Word, Bob, because there is another game.
You're waiting for this.
Well, I'm going to go to the O&M and then we can go to the AFL, because that's always good to watch. But the footy, there's also another game at the moment, and I'm not seeing just started. So
just started.
Raiders 0 goals 1, Wodonga 0 goals 0. That might be an interesting affair, Bob. Old Town rivals. I think Raiders have improved from their last couple of years. I'm predicting they'll go with them for a half, but who's going to plant Huddy Garani? That's the big question, isn't it?
Young Pocock. I think Chad Owens was recorded saying this morning that Pocock's going to get first crack at Huddy Garani. Good luck with that. I think the midfield of Wodonga's up and running and moving and humming at the moment. They're really starting to play some good footy. Bradshaw across halfback's been a masterstroke.
Yep.
You know, Ruben Burke settling down across halfback and helping Charlie Morrison out. They're two tall blokes that just impenetrable last week. They were really, really classy. And you've got your midfield in the O'Sullivans, and Jorgie's starting to play some really good footy, and Matt Soroczynski on the wing, he owned that last week and played some really good football. So, and young Jai Hymas and the Cassidy boys, they're starting to play some good footy as well. So the Raiders are going to have their hands full. It's a bit of a buzz at the Bulldogs kennel there. I was there on Saturday night, and they're feeling as though they're not too far away from clicking and play some really, really good football. Obviously, the ruck's are an issue for them at the moment, but they're dealing with that, and to be if they're 3-1 at the end of the day, they'll be really wrapped with that.
Yep, absolutely right, Bob. And the other games in the AFL as well, starting at 3:20. Essendon and Collingwood, as we know, the Anzac Day rival, has been going since 1995. You'd think Collingwood are going to get over the line. Only other game that was played earlier was Hawthorn Gold Coast. Hawthorn 49-point winners over Gold Coast, so in Launceston as well. And then the other games tonight, Port Adelaide versus Geelong at Adelaide Oval. And then over at Optus Stadium is the Fremantle Dockers against your boys, Carlton, the Carlton Blues. And that just about wraps us up, I reckon, Bob, for the halftime show for Elders Rule. Hoping for a better second half. We'll go to a break on the other side. The second half on OMFNL Live. You will not miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
O&M Live on 2AY.
A new half, a new game of footy. That's what they say here on O&M Live. And we are going to have a fantastic second half down here at the Albury Sports Ground, because it couldn't be much worse than the first half. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage on 2AY on Snap Print Solutions TV. We're having a bit of a laugh, but we do hope you're enjoying your Anzac Day wherever you're tuning in from. Blake Penderecott with you, Lukey Francis, Dan Vaccaro, and Bobby J. Just me, as the wind picked up slightly out there at the Albury Sports Ground.
Yeah, did you see me just flicking the grass around?
Yes, I did.
I reckon there's a little bit blowing to the botanical garden end. It's just a little. It's a little bit more than a zephyr, Lukey Francis. So it's there'll be a little bit more carry on the ball. Going towards the botanical end of the ground.
The left of your radio dial.
90s band,
Yes.
Bob, that had the word Zephyr in one of their songs, but it came out after the 90s.
I know it.
Dan's got it.
My favourite band.
Give me a hint.
Come on.
That's not Peppers, is it?
Yes.
Oh, he's done it. The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes,
Nikitas.
yes, correct.
Not
Fly
bad.
away on my Zephyr.
It wasn't their finest song, I must say.
For those listening on 2AY and also watching on the live stream at the moment, if you love your local footy, stick with us, because we are calling Tallangatta versus Midi United in an Anzac Day twilight game out at the Bug House, Rowan Park. Straight after this, you can listen to Gus McLeod, who's literally in the car on the way out there right now, getting ready to call that game. Matty Sider making his O&M Live debut. Big Goof and Scotty Scooter Fraser as well.
And
TFL action.
There's been a late call-up, boys.
And Bobby Jackson by
He's
the
going
sound
to get
of
out there
things.
coming in hot,
Yep.
Bobby Jackson.
That he is.
Wow.
Don't speed, Bobby J. It's double demerits. That's all I can say.
I've got the speedboat ready.
Oh, you could definitely rock up at the Tallangatta boat ramp, my friend.
Taking the shortcut, boys.
All right.
Cut back on those Red Bulls too between now and then, young man.
Third quarter action about to get underway, all thanks to Wiesners. We've had 4 goals in a half of football. 3 to the Albury Tigers and 1 to the North Albury Hoppers.
It's going to get better, Pena. It's going to get better. This quarter. Right here, Dan. Yeah, no confidence from Dan.
I have confidence in the game.
I do too. Yep.
I'm glad you boys do.
No, it'll open up just like it did in the second half last week here at the Albury Sports Ground between the Tigers and the Magpies. So stay with us for Wiesners.
Please
Both
stay
of
with
these
us.
sides looking for their first win in season 2026. As umpire Jason Rain holds the footy aloft. The second half is underway with the great Lukey Francis for Border Bandag.
Tigers by 15 points. Here's Gaynor breaking away from the middle. Look at him go, Jake. Drilling Border Walker. That's the way you want to start a term. Matt Walker. So he is 60 out at the moment. Here he goes, Matt. And he sends it up for Jake Ryan. Over the back it goes. Mark taken. What about that? So Tommy Rake took the mark. He caught one in the face at the same time, Bobby.
All I've got to say, boys, is yeah, baby. What a great start. Young Bowden in the ruck. Jeez, he's impressed me today. He's really provided a contest against the quality ruckman in Indy Kotzer and Jakey Gaynor. Well, that's just class.
Tommy Rake comes in and gets them going. He kicks the goal straight through to the Noriel Park end.
And I reckon that's his first goal in the Albury colours too. All the boys are getting around him.
No, it's strange because he kicked 3 on debut against Corowa.
There you go. So they were just happy with that.
They like 4 goals.
Well, it's a good start from Albury, nonetheless. And then the first clearance, the first mark inside 50 as well. So that's the start you want. And Jakey Gaynor, he didn't have a great first half. He only had the 9 for East End, but that's the start you want for a second half, Lukey.
Certainly.
Yeah, Will Bowden, he's a big lump of a lad, and he's really providing the midfielders of Albury a good use of the ball with the the clearance work is in their favour. 10-9 at half time, Divac. So to get the first clearance of the second half and give Jakey Gain a nice quality football is a positive start for not only Albury Footy Club but also the game itself. So our wish has been granted so far, lads.
We can only hope that football was kicked to Noriel Park, and maybe we've got a new one, and a local has grabbed it out the back. Back in the middle, 31 plays 10. So Albury with the first goal in this third quarter in the first minute, just like they did last week against the Wang Magpies. Got a goal in the first minute. Bowden out of the middle again. Walker! Take your pick, whether it's a free kick or a mark. There's a mismatch there. Flynn Gardner was on Matt Walker, and he will line up for his first goal directly in front, 30 out.
Young Bowden again, lads. He was outstanding there. He done all the work himself. He got the tap, he got the clearance, and Matty Walker, as good all forward should be, in front and provided a good target for Bowden. And this is a start we were craving for, Divac, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was clean, and Matt Walker put it through here.
Directly in front, Matt Walker has kicked 8 for the year, and it stays that way. He's hooked it to the near side. 4-8, 32 the Tigers, 1-4-10. The margin at 22 points. We have played, well, the scoreboard's wrong here. It's got 48 minutes, but we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the third quarter for NZ.
Feels like 48.
I knew you were going to say that there. Here's Hayes, floating ball, turns it over to Elliot Powell. Straight in they go to Cousins, who takes the mark, 45 out from goal.
Yeah, Hazy's usually a reliable kick, Julian, isn't he? He's one of the better kicks for the North Albury Footy Club, and that was just a flat-out mung off the boot, wasn't it? And floated into the hands of Elliot Powell. And Johnny on the spot, he quickly noticed his teammate in Cousins 40 metres out in the clear. And the Albury Tigers have started a heater here, boys.
James Cousins, 35 games for Hawthorn, originally from Mansfield. And he puts it on the boot. It's going for home. He's missed it. It's a behind. So 33 playing 10 here on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Tigers up third turn.
Yeah, they've been really positive at the start, Albury. From their 24 entries in the first half, they only had 3 marks inside 50. From their 3 entries already, Lukey, they've taken 3 marks. So a lot more potent going inside that forward 50.
Julian Hayes with a kick in duties. Doesn't muck around this time. Goes really long, looking for Fisher. The ball lands on centre wing. Comes inboard, goes by hand, and North Albury have moved it to half 40. They're out the back. Hunt goes short and finds Jack King. That was very quick, and Jack King will line up. 45-degree angle. Call it 48 metres out, Bobby J.
That's so much better. And Julian rectified the problem from this previous kick, and that had an extra little bit of carry on it, that kick. That really landed close to centre wing, and they were off and running. And that might be the key for them, just to get the ball out in space and just keep the ball moving forward and getting the ball into space and stop the congestion, particularly if they've got a smaller forward line.
Playing forward this year is Jack Groovy King. Take a really good effort here.
Oh.
It's a Shankmeister off the right part of the boot. It's going to drop in the goal square, and Lenny Kohler punches it through for a minor score. Not what Jack King and the Hoppers are after. They move to 1-5-11 to Albury 4-9-33. Margin back to 22 points.
Bit of a 40-wink stat for you boys. That was their first mark inside 50 since the first term.
Fletcher Carroll takes the mark for the Tigers, 25 out from defensive goal to Hillary. Now, where does the nickname Groovy come for Jack King?
No idea.
Panda?
No idea, Lukey. Just been groovy for a long time.
Rigoni for the Hoppers, sends it back into the hot zone. They get it back to Ramage, sends it on. Foster Gardner tries to straighten up, good delivery. Kept a cool head and into Kane Flack.
We're starting to get some good entries inside 50, nice clean entries. We just need to fix the goal kicking now, boys. It's there was a real issue at half-time with the forward 50 entries of both sides, but now we've seemed to have 2 good entries from both clubs, and we're all getting, this is North Albury's second shot on goal, and Albury's already had 2 or 3 shots themselves.
An absolute must for Kane Flack to kick this goal at the Botanic Garden end. Pops it up and puts it through. Can that spark the Hoppers? Can that ignite them on Anzac Day here at the Albury Sports Ground? 33, play 17 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
Yeah, really good finish there by Kane Flack. North Albury, a much-needed goal, their second mark inside 50 for the term. Julian Hayes doing the kick-out duties, 2 disposals for him on the 40-wing stat sheet, 14 for the game. And around the ground, some Mr. Stowe's pull. Day clash between Wodonga Raiders and Wodonga Bulldogs. The score at the moment, early days because it started at 3, was 1 goal to 8 Raiders plays Wodonga Bulldogs, 3 goals, 1-19.
A score at the MCG, Dan Vaccaro?
I can find that out for you, Panda. Pies at 6, Essendon nothing.
And that'll just continue to grow, I assume.
Come on now, Blake.
Flack has it. On to Hayes, and they move through the middle of the sports ground again. Hayes fires it into the pocket. Hillary in front of Jack King. He's been one of their better players today, Jay Hillary. Been really good. He smothered Jack King and provided a bit of spark himself. So a boundary throw in. 50 around from North Albury goal, who trailed by 16 points. We've had 2 goals in the first 6 minutes of this third quarter. We had 4 goals for the first half. It's come to life. Jack King went with the fend off. Able to get a hand pass out to Kotzer. On to Flack, a little bit of space. Tight shot in the pocket from Flack. It's a minor score. And the Hoppers move to 2 goals, 6-18 to Albury. 4 goals, 9-33. 15 points the margin. We have gone about 8 minutes for NZ. Lukey Francis.
Blake Escott, Bob Jackson, Dan Vaccaro, Luke Francis at the Albury Sports Ground. Dan, how are those marks looking inside the arc thanks to 40 weeks?
Yeah, well, the marks inside 50 for Albury. We're looking at 6 for the game, and then North Albury as well. I've only taken the 3 marks inside 50, Lukey.
Max Byrne, long kick out. Played a terrific game last week versus Wangaratta. The Maggies. Now here's Bowden, backward as centre wing on the clubroom side, down the line. Kelly had a swipe at it. And then Walker right up on centre wing, got one high. So they have a chance to build on something here. And he goes back, hands it off quickly to Lipscomb. Jack goes in with a floating ball inside 50, Patton down low. Flingana defending. Out wide to Tim Broomhead, who takes the mark. How many now, Dan?
He's coming up for his 13th, Lukey.
Here he is, the coach of the North Albury Football Club. Fletcher Ramage wanting it back in a dangerous spot. Now Tim's going to switch the footy. Back to Matt Gardner, and they come broadcast side to Mackenzie.
Mackenzie has it. He can go short to Toby Hunt. That's where he goes. Living in Sydney, Toby Hunt. Getting the train down. It's a long old XPT, that one, Lukey Francis.
The Hoppers don't fly him down, Panda.
No. Toby Hunt goes to half forward. Mooney, front spot. Kick has to be good into the pocket. Over the head of Groovy King. And a wonderful mark again from Jay Hillary in the back pocket. The kick just overcooked from Jamie Mooney. Hillary wants to switch, finds Walker. 250 metres away from where he'd like to be. Deep in the back pocket, goes short to Miles, and the Tigers have moved it to the far side. Miles wheels around on the right, good kick looking for Powell. Crunch the pack, Rigoni goes after him. Lipscomb showed a little bit of candy if you don't mind. Comeback on the right, finds McMenamin. 33 plays, 18, Tigers up by 15.
Yeah, game's really opened up now. True centre half forward. Ryan gets up and takes the beauty. An elite body and paint mark of the day. And he plays on and he goes forward. Rake just edged his opponent under the ball. Shepherding.
Yep.
And I'm happy with that. That's called tunnelling in some ways, Bobby.
Yeah, that was a good decision there. You just took the legs or took the body of the North Albury defender away from him. And yeah, it's a dangerous act, isn't it, really? So the free kick was warranted.
33 playing 18. Flingana. Back pocket. Got the Tigers up. So the Hoppers desperately need a goal here, but they're at the wrong end of the ground. Toby Hunt going out for Ramage. Well done by Gaynor. And he takes the mark. There's 70 out. They compress here, the yellow and black. Short to Fletcher Carroll. Now Jake gets it back. In he goes. Over the back. Good mark from Gardner. And Matt takes the mark and shoots it to Broomhead.
Goes out wide to Timmy Broomhead, who can stop and prop and relax out there, and then runs in a little bit of trouble and asks Julian Hayes to run for him. He does. How many for Broomhead and Hayes now, Dan Vaccaro?
Yeah, Timmy Broomhead's had the 14, and Julian Hayes, he's up to the 15 on the 40-wing stat sheet, Panda.
Hugs the boundary line, looks for Rigoni, and he gets a free kick in the back, I think, does Ben Rigoni.
Rigoni's been the one that's been a bit quiet, Panda. He's only had the 8 disposals in this game.
Needs to get going. Shout out to Eddie Rigoni. Loves our O&M Live podcasts and all the O&M Live footy, does Eddie, the man from Seymour, or Broadford, I should say. He'll be listening today.
Good on you, Eddie.
Goes inboard to Cal Fisher. Has it 2 kicks from home. This is where it's fallen down all day for North Albury. Kicks it into the pocket looking for King. Not a great kick. Lipscomb happy to see this one over the boundary. No, he keeps it in. Kohler, exiting kick has been marked by Campbell, and the Tigers, the Hoppers, I should say, are going to go in again.
Isaac, 60 out. O'Brien chips in and takes the mark. So it's just not working at all inside forward 50 for the green and gold, Bobby.
No, particularly when the ball's moving in slow, Luke, you smack on there. When they look the most dangerous is when there's a little bit of space there and they can move the ball in nice and quick. So maybe some moving the ball around the peripheral of the 50 to find some space on that fat side might be the go for them. They just need to find a different way. And if they're going to turn the footy over, turn it over nice and deep, not a shallow entry there. So it gives Albury a chance to springboard. So get it in there nice and deep if there's no obvious option.
Yeah, just what you're talking about, Bobby. King, as he kept this in, he hooks it back, no, out of bounds. Okay, so 4-9-33 plays 2-6-18. The Albury Tigers up over the Albury Hoppers. Third term is for Wiesners. That was on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
Hello to Jeff and Benny, the crew at Inspirations Paint. Toss back in. So North Albury, a couple of repeat inside 50s here. Flack their only goal scorer in this third quarter. Miles' clearing kick was partially smothered. Crelly grabs the footy, hand pass to Hayes, runs in a little bit of traffic, comes back in on the right. That didn't travel the required 15. Leaving the football behind was Pope. Tackled there is Campbell by Lipscomb. Umpire circling, says give it to me. And we'll have a ball up, 65 around from North Albury goal. How many inside 50s for the Hoppers in this third quarter, Dan?
Inside 50 for the Hoppers, Panthers 7 inside 50s.
Just not making the most of the territory at the moment. Kotzer taps it down, gets it back to Broomhead. Links up now with Pope, who's going to jam this one inside 50 with a big long raking kick. Who are the Flyers? It gets out the back. Lucas Conlon's the first one there. Ball goes behind him, and I reckon it's kicked out of midair by Darcy Cullen. It's a goal. Oh, wow. Oh. Controversy here. The Tigers players are saying it was touched. Cullen's claiming a goal, and the margin is all of a sudden back to about 10 points, make it 9 points.
Wow.
Opportunistic. You need those sort of things to go your way. And as we said in the second quarter, that sometimes the dirty ball in the forward 50 for North Albury is going to work. As we see Jack Penny going down there, I just feel as though Jack Penny and Big Mooney's down there now. That's a couple of players that can cause a bit of damage in that forward 50 for North Albury. So the game's turning a little bit, boys. The game's turning.
Okay, so big clearance here. Flack. Now there's been a free kick given away back on the flank. Umpire off the ball called it. It's going to Tim Broomhead. Now Tim's about to thump it forward, looking for Mooney on the lead. I dropped it. He really had to take it. The kick was perfect. You've got to do better than that, Bobby.
Yeah, we just mentioned that Mooney and young Jack Penny have moved into that forward 50 and can prove a bit of a headache for the defenders for Albury. And first opportunity, he just let that float. So disappointing.
Boundaries throw in. About 35 out from goal here. Botanic Garden in. That was shovelled out. Kotzer in there. There's Fletcher Carroll claimed and taken to ground by Penny and also Indy Kotzer. The umpire will take it.
That man Fletcher Carroll, 19 disposals for him, Lukey, on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Bowden and Kotzer again, swiping towards the boundary line. Flack to Broomhead, swings it back. Can they get one here? Gee, that was nearly a goal in the end. It's gone through for a point. So 33 playing 25. 8-point lead for the Tigers in the third term, thanks to Inspirations Paint.
He's trying to go to another level, Tim Broomhead. You can just see him involving himself around the footy a little bit now, up to the 16 disposals. I reckon he's ready to explode, Lukey.
Max Byrne goes short to the former skipper in Jimmy Grills, the Polo Cross champion. He goes short to Anthony Miles. Kick finds Tommy O'Brien. Bit of chip footy here for the Tigers. O'Brien's kick, looking for the lead of Bowden. Kohler was the intended target in the end, and Pope sees the footy over the boundary line. So forward half territory here for the Hoppers, Bobby J. They'd be happy with this sort of 13-minute period in the third quarter.
They're starting to control the footy a little bit better, aren't they? And I think Divac hit the nail on the head. I think Timmy Broomhead's starting to control the whole game. I think he's just getting his team set up well, right on cue.
On cue, kicks it to space, inside forward 50, Cullen. Good fist from behind from Lucas Conlon. Cullen pounces back on the football, got one high. Darcy Cullen will line up 48 metres out on a slight angle, but he does have a big left foot raking kick, Bobby J.
Yeah, and that breeze is going to actually help that kick. I'm just looking at the flag on the club room side there, and it's basically blowing over his left shoulder. So if he just aims for that right-hand goal post, this should, well, sail through the middle there, Panda. I've said it.
So we've gone 16 minutes for NZ in the third quarter for Wiesners, and Darcy Cullen to bring the margin back to 2 points. Kick on the way looks pretty good. It's across the face. He gave it everything. Through for a minor score. So the Hoppers kicking inaccurately, just like the Tigers. 3-8-26 to 4-9-33. Margin back to 7. Tigers up. All that on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
Just not making the most of their opportunities, North Albury. 11 inside 50s this quarter, Lukey. It hurts when you have that much of the territory battle, and yet should be closer on the scoreboard.
You're right, Dan, but we're just starting to feel this game getting to where we want it to go. Here's Quaid bouncing away on centre wing, and he breaks clear as Ty. Inside 50, who's he got back there? Bouncing ball in front of Mitchell Scott going towards the line. Out in the pocket at the Noriel Park end.
Who's our scoreboard sponsor, Panda?
For Inspirations Paint.
Do they still play that drinking game every time we mention their names?
I think they do if they're watching the broadcast, but knowing those boys, they'll be here at the ground.
Okay, Inspirational Paints. Inspirational Paints.
Back into play. And then Hunt got it out to Cody Gardner over the top to McGee. Short one to Penny under high pressure. And again, pressed across the line. So we will get another stoppage. Dan, what's our inside 50s now, thanks to 40 Winks?
For the quarter, Lukey, 11 inside 50s for North Albury, 6 inside 50s for Albury. So winning the inside 50s, not winning the match.
For 40 Winks, Ryan McGee, he's claimed another stoppage, Blake Escott.
Yes, for Border Bandag. Third quarter for Wiesners. Hope you're having a cracking Anzac day. If you remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice on the greatest day in the Aussie calendar, McGee rode high. Ball camped in the Tigers forward 50. There, turn for a bit of territory. Grab without the footy was Gaynor. Made sure the umpire saw it, and Jake Gaynor will line up. Tightish angle, 45 metres out. This to steady things for the Tigers, Bobby J.
Yeah, a little bit of a sting there for North Albury. They've had dominant of play with inside, their inside 50 dominance, and you see this a lot, don't you, when they dominate at one end, it just flips up straight up the other end, and all of a sudden, Albury having a shot on goal.
Jake Gaynor. Kick on the way. He's hooked it too. So the Tigers are blowing opportunities when they have shots on goal. Walker and Gaynor this quarter, and Cousins. All minor scores. 4-10 the Tigers. Keeping the door ajar for the Hoppers to 3-8. All that on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
Julian Hayes. And he goes with a long one. Mooney, Hillary, and then Kohler takes the mark.
He can play this kid, Lukey.
Here he is, Lenny Blake, and he sends it in. To Max Byrne, low ball, Kelly missed it, Walker got hands to it, Pope, she's good, short to Cody Gardner, isn't he, Bobby? Bobby?
You are unreal, fair dinkum.
Oh, come on now. There's Penny, drops it inside defensive 50, gets it away to Foster Gardner, onto Rigoni, to Broomhead, who's under high pressure. How'd he do that? And gets it back to Penny, out wide to Ramage. They hold up and steady.
50.
What's that for, Bobby J?
I reckon it's a standing rule again. Just drifted before. Just drifted.
Ramage played on.
Well, he didn't call play on the umpy. That's the technicality. It's a big penalty to pay, isn't it?
He passes it off, looking for Mooney. So Jamie Mooney, the unlikely forward, will line up 30 metres out, slight angle, and this for 3 in a row for the Hoppers.
Is he unlikely, Blake? Like, he's big, athletic, fit. He was on the flank here in front of us 2 seconds ago, and he burned his opponent off on the way back. I think he holds the key for North Albury. If they're going to play this expansive, fast game, he's the beast inside that forward 50 that can get this going for him, I think.
So Jamie Mooney hasn't kicked too many goals in his 22 games for the Hoppers. The boy from Colin Gully. Slide angle, runs in, kick on the way is out to the right. He liked it. Umpire didn't, and he's the one that makes the decision. Minor score. Margin back to 7 points. 27 plays 34 for Inspirations Paint. About 20 minutes gone for NZ, Dan Vaccaro.
Free kick count is 14-7 in favour of North Albury for those playing at home.
Okay, very interesting. McMenamin. And Braden goes short. Picks off Power. He's played a very good game, Elliott. He's already a Morris Medal winner in the O&M, which is the BNF for the league. Here's Hillary. Jay on the true half-back flank for the yellow on black. 34 playing 27. Tigers up over the Hoppers thanks to Inspirations Paint. Tommy O'Brien unsure what to do with this. And he's going to dump it out now. So here he comes, long down the line. McGee winding up, so too Kotzer. Here's Jack Penny pouncing on it. He wants the line now, gets it out the back to Foster Gardner, weaving around back to Penny. And he's taken over the line by Jake Gaynor.
Oh,
and we'll have a Boundary throw in.
Caught holding the ball.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Jake Gaynor with the ball. Now, there's a lead on from Ryan, goes for him now, didn't come off the boot well, turns it over to Cody Gardner and their way to flat.
They are. They want to run and gun whenever they have an opportunity, North Albury. Tried to give it back to Cody Gardner, but they've almost turned it over on centre wing. Diving on this football is Gaynor, and he's now caught holding the ball. You can hear the cries from the North Albury bench, and Angus Crelly has the footy on centre wing. King leads for him at half forward. Margin at 7. 34 plays 27 here for Inspirations Paint. Good kick from Crelly. Finds Cooper
50.
McIntosh, and that's 50. Bobby J, what did you see?
Just a cheeky little hand in there by Tommy O'Brien. He just couldn't help himself. He smelt the cheese and took the cheese, as they say in the classic. So he knocked the ball out of young Cooper McIntosh's hands, and he's cost his team a goal here.
So Cooper McIntosh has been marched pretty much to the top of the goal square, and this to bring the margin back to one solitary point, and a silly 50 from Tommy O'Brien. This will be 3 in a row for the Hoppers if McIntosh salutes. He does just.
Gee, stabbed at it.
Makes the goal umpire work. But the margin on Anzac Day is back to 1 point. 34 plays 33. It was always going to be close here at this ground.
Yeah, what a finish there. And that 50-metre penalty, it was there. It was just unnecessary from Albury. And we just see North Albury crawler back at the moment, and a couple of big stat winners. Fletcher Carroll, he's been really good with the 19 disposals, but for North Albury, Tim Broomhead, he's had the 7 this quarter already, which is 19 for the game. Julian Hayes had the 6 this quarter. One player that's been unsighted this quarter, Panda, 1 disposal to Ben Patton in the 3rd quarter, so he's definitely out there. He's just had a super quiet quarter.
Rightio, this is what we came for. 1 point in it. Tigers up over the Hoppers at the Albury Sports Ground on this wonderful day, Anzac Day. Kotzer got it down. McIntosh weaving through to Pope, and James gets it out. Misses Hayes with the hand pass, free kick.
A late hit.
Yep, so against Mitchell Scott. Umpire picked it up. Great work.
I tell you what, boys, ever since Jules mung that kick in, he's been exceptional. He's almost said, right, I've made a mistake, I've got to make up for it, and he's been nothing short of brilliant since that mistake early in that 3rd quarter. Here he goes again.
So Ramage, oh gee, couldn't get it away. Ryan was awake to it, smothered the hand pass, and we've got a stoppage. So this one just inside the square, favouring the Norriel Park end. Ball up again, Kotzer down in front, goes again to Zindi. And now Walker taken to ground, and the umpire to take it.
So it's been the green and gold quarter. They've kicked 3 of the 4 goals. Margin blew out to 22 points at one stage. It now sits at 1 point. Julian Hayes gives a 1-2 to Ramage, and he's turned it over. Mitch Scott went with a fend off. Tackled out there on the far side. Broomhead also tackled. The heat's turned up in this game. Big don't argue there from Tommy O'Brien, and a beautiful kick to Matt Walker. Just need to steady things here for Albury. Matt Walker has had 1 shot on goal in this 3rd quarter and missed. This is an important kick, Bobby J. 45 out directly in front.
Yeah, North Albury won the stoppage there, and they almost had the outside possession and were outing running, and they just made a slight error on that centre wing, and then they turned the footy over. And you can't turn the footy over with this guy unopposed inside 50. He's going to be the option for every midfielder through the middle of the ground.
So Matty Walker hasn't registered a goal today. 2 behinds. Directly in front. He's hooked it. It stays just in play. Out the back, Powell! Oh, Johnny on the spot. Right place, right time. No one punched it through for the Hoppers. He was standing there all on his own. Couldn't believe his luck, and that one hurts.
Yeah, that really hurts, guys. That's just not defending that box there in North Albury and the goal square. And that was a big finish there. So the inside 50 count now. North Albury have had 12 inside 50s this quarter. They've had all the play, and Albury just get a cheap one there. 9 inside 50s for them, and it's game on.
Boys, Elliot Powell's just come off. His right hamstring's heavily strapped, and he's labouring. I'm not sure how much time Powell's got in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, interesting, Bobby. Thank you for the Newmarket Hotel. 5-10-40 plays 4-9-33. So 7 points the margin. The Tigers with the lead. On the Inspirations Paint scoreboard, Kotzer back in the middle, searching for an Indy. Now he dives on it. Gaynor breaks away, though. Here they go to Tommy O'Brien. Tigers going forward again. Kelly, has he got it?
Grabbed.
Yes. So the London Clock Tower, Big Ben.
50.
And a 50.
Against Ramage, was it?
Oh, wow. That's huge. So Ben Kelly, unopposed, will stroll in and thump it through. It's out to 13 points at the Albury Sports Ground on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
That was a bit of a mismatch there. Gardner got caught on Big Kelly there because your man James Pope's come off and he's got a right leg injury at the moment, Lukey Francis. So
He'll be fine, Bobby. He'll be fine.
I'll just keep a close eye on that. And that's what caught the North Albury defenders out there. There's a bit of a mismatch for height. As you can see, young Flynn, Big Benny Kelly in the goal square. So that's a mismatch of a pretty big proportion there, boys.
That is indeed a massive mismatch. So we've played 27 minutes here for NZ in this third quarter for Wiesners, and the game's really opened up. We've had 6 goals in this third quarter. We only had 4 in the first half. And the margin is out to 13 points in favour of Albury, who have kicked the last 2. The Hoppers brought the margin back to 1 point. Hope you're enjoying Anzac Day footy. Foster Gardner with the ball at half-back. Too much pace for Tom Rake. Kick down the wing looking for Campbell, who's been pretty good for the Hoppers out on the far side. Paddle it to himself. Patton ran after him. Hunt gives it back to Campbell. They've worked the overlap here, North Albury. Bork's back in on his left foot. High up and under inside forward 50. Rigoni made a contest. Penny's down there. Miles went in hard. Caught one high. And Anthony Miles wins a free kick for a high. Deep in defence for the Albury Tigers. Can't be long left in this third quarter for Wiesners. Miles's kick asked a lot of Jakey Gaynor, who had to stretch those little arms out there and mark, and he did. Goes to Lenny Kohler at half-back. Late stages third quarter for Wiesners here on O&M Live. Game's really opened up. Kohler hugs the boundary line. Gardner, let from behind, goes to Ryan. On to Walker. There's a whistle way off the ball for a sling tackle. Bobby J, what'd you see for the Newey?
Yeah, no, I missed that one, boys. I was watching deeper forward. Mooney's gone to Kelly in the forward 50 for the Albury Tigers.
Jake Ryan with possession. True centre wing, clubroom side. Usually a long kick. Puts a high one up just to the arc of the 50. Walker went back. Lipscomb ducking around. Here's Patton on the boot. Goes for home. McIntosh going back, takes the mark. So Cooper's got it. Back pocket for the Hoppers. 46 playing 33.
29 minutes gone for NZ, Lukey.
Tigers up in the third. Over the Hoppers. Thanks to Inspirations Paint.
Oh.
Good mark from Lenny Kohler. Another elite body and paint mark of the day. Into Grills. There's 65 out from home. Here goes Jimmy, and he sends it in. Kelly's down there in a one-on-one. And now Kotzer dropped it. Short. Siren. Three-quarter time siren at the Albury Sports Ground, and at the moment it is the Albury Tigers, the yellow and black, up over the green and gold. 6:10:46 to 4:9:33. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live you will not miss a thing.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.
Specialists, Wagga Road, Lavington. O&M Live on 2AY.
Three-quarter time here at the Albury Sports Ground. The thirds are running around on the ground, warming up as we speak, because the thirds follow the seniors here on Anzac Day, which is always a great spectacle. So stick around if you can and have a watch of the young boys for North Albury and also the Albury Tigers. 13 points to margin in favour of Albury here at three-quarter time. It was a 15-point margin at half-time, so the Hoppers, for all their good work, simply pulled 2 off the margin at half-time. Blake Panderescott with you. Lukey Francis, Dan Vicaro, who has our Hotondo Homes quarters best in the third quarter. D-Vac.
Thank you, Panda. It was hard to pick one for North Albury. Very hard to pick, to be honest.
Why, because there was a lot? Or?
There was a lot.
Okay.
So Tim Broomhead was fantastic. 8 disposals for him. He's up to 20 for the game, and he's kicked a major as well. And for Albury, I think Jake Gaynor really flew the flag for their midfield in that quarter. He had 6 disposals. The boys that were kept quiet for Albury is more damn in, though, Lukey. 2 disposals that quarter for Fletcher Carroll, 2 disposals for Ben Patton, and 1 disposal for James Cousins. So they got to get that going. Otherwise, North are going to be breathing right down their neck at the end of this quarter.
They certainly are. So three-quarter time has just broken the Albury huddle as well. Bobby J is just circling like a hawk, isn't he?
I've got Braden O'Hara in my sights.
He does. There you go.
What was the message at three-quarter time, Brado?
Oh, just a few games were just falling away, so we just got to make sure that we control the contest around that ball and just make sure we keep it going our way.
It opened up a little bit that quarter, I think, right?
It did, yeah. Obviously, North have got some pretty quick guys around the footy, so we just got to make sure we can control that, and we just stop them getting a run on. So they're going to get a lot of numbers behind the footy, and they obviously want to run hard with numbers. So we just got to make sure we stop that and just go with them.
Thanks, mate. Best luck for the fuck.
Braden O'Hara, one of the assistant coaches of the Albury Tigers. Ryan Garthwaite just starting on the bench, Bobby. He looked pretty sore trying to get his legs moving, so that's one to watch in this last quarter.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of pickle juice flowing in both camps there, boys. So I think that the cramps are starting to roll in. And from memory, I think Garthy a couple of times last year suffered from cramps at various stages throughout the season as well. So I'll keep an eye on that.
So the fourth quarter, all thanks to the Great Outdoors. Big hello to Churchy and the boys at the Great Outdoors for our coverage here on O&M Live. Game in the balance at the moment. The Tigers have led all day Will they continue to lead and win their first game for season 2026 in such an important year for them? The Hoppers likewise want to get on the board. They want to get their first win. Tigers have led from the 7th minute of the game. Here we go, underway in the last quarter with Lukey Francis for the Great Outdoors.
Yeah, final chapter, Panda. Tigers by 13 points. Cody Gardner went in. Here's Rigoni having a crack at it. Grills, nice work, gets it out to McMenamin. Whistle. So ball coming back. It's going to go to Ben Rigoni. He's going to take it quickly. Low ball, oh, wasn't great for Penny. Shocking, really. Byrne after it. Got ridden. And the umpire will take it. So about 47 out, Norriel Park end. A lot of numbers at the contest. Ball aloft, Kotzer. Nice to Flack. One-handed, claimed. So it will go the way of Jake Gaynor. And Jake's away. And he's going to go for Jake Ryan on the wing. Ryan front spot, got knocked out of his grasp. Here's Campbell swinging around out the back of the contest. Long to Rigoni. Back into the centre. They want the corridor. They get Penny. Now he's got Toby Hunt out. Here he goes, Toby. One-handed. Tom O'Brien going after it. And then knocks it across the line. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
Around the ground, so Miss Stokes Pool World. The other game that's over in Wodonga at the moment, Raiders 2-5-17, trails Wodonga 6-4-40.
So a boundary throw in to the right of our commentary position. Big thanks to Dougie Greshke and the crew from Wangaratta Computers and the O&M live stream for bringing you the pictures if you're watching. Or if you're listening on the old wireless, our panel operator Trent Geddes is doing his best work as well. Jake Gaynor, kick down the line, over the head of Ramage and Miles. Both players who aren't really blessed with pace. Ramage, high up and under down the line. Patton floats in, Kotzer brought it to ground. Gaynor, really good in the stoppage in the clinches. On to Lipscomb, his hand pass was a bit of a no-looker. Grills comes in. Can the Hoppers force the turnover here? They can. Gardner on to Broomhead. His hand pass intercepted by Grills, who's thrown it out. And it's a free kick to the Hoppers just inside the centre square. And they'll go in here through Kane Flack, who's lifted in this second half, Bobby J.
Yeah, we've just got an injury just in front of us, boys. I just can't quite...
It's Ben Patton. No, Max Byrne.
Maxie Byrne. Just might be a little bit of cramp.
Flack looking for Mooney over his head. Out the back, McIntosh. Will the ball sit for him? He's a left footer. Snap on goal. There's a whistle way off the ball, or was that... Am I hearing things?
No, you definitely heard a whistle.
I think they played advantage there, Panda.
Right, okay. So McIntosh's shot is through for a minor score. He should have finished there. And the Hoppers get the first score of the fourth quarter. Margin back to 2 straight kicks, 34-46.
Byrne, defensive 50 for the yellow on black. Walker takes the mark nicely in front of Flynn Gardner.
There's a mismatch there.
Just down in front of our commentary spot. Matt trying to milk a 50. It's not going to work. Now Fletcher Carroll wants it short. He gets completely burnt. Walker trying to pick up Lipscomb. Poor kick in the end. Ramage has got it. Walker got taken down after his kick, but it was fair. So Ramage with possession here. 46 playing 34. As Blake Escott said for Border Bandag, it's a 2-kick margin. 12 points. Ramage. Garthwaite at the back. Walker. She did well to keep Hayes out. Now Hayes got back in there and was able to cause a stoppage. In fact, it was McIntosh.
Ball up right in front of our commentary position. We'll get a stat update soon from Divac Vaccaro. Patton out of the clearance. Gardner floated back, and where's that? So it's a free kick for Pope, is it? Okay, an advantage. So a free kick to North Albury and an advantage is played on.
Oh, he's kicked for touch beautifully there.
Foster Gardner's kick literally hit the paint. And it's now a boundary throw in. 65 around from North Albury goal.
State of Origin kick for touch, the old 40-20, boys.
It certainly was. Looked like it was sailing out of bounds on the full, and it stayed in. 2-kick game, 46-34. Broomhead left the football behind, applied pressure on Bowden. Hunt overran the football. Going in hard there was Lipscomb. He brought down by 2 Hoppers, and we'll have a ball up right in front of Bob Jackson. Players are absolutely stuffed, Bobby J, in this last quarter. They both have a bye next week, so they won't give an inch.
Yeah, they're cracking in now. They're really, the game's on the line here, and North Albury throwing everything they can at this. They're out here. They're out.
Penny on the move. Here he goes, Jack. No one back there. Garthwaite takes it on the chest. How many, Dan?
Ryan Garthwaite, he's had the 14 disposals this game, been super in the half-back line.
Out to Fletcher Carroll. Fletcher, deft on the boot to Jake Ryan. Backward of centre ring. Club room side. Here goes Jake. Down the line with a long one, trying to get Mitchell Scott, and does get him. They're on the move now. Swings it back into a one-on-one. Oh, Flynn Garner came out like a freight train.
Ramage has given a free kick away for a hold. And it's a reversal against Powell.
Deary me.
Against Powell.
So Flynn Garner will take the kick out to Broomhead. Gee, that's a big moment here in the last term.
Yes. So Ramage was impeded and gave away a free kick, and then there was going to be a shot on goal for the Tigers, and Powell reversed it. Broomhead's exiting kick was poor. Players pile in, and we have a ball up on the half-back flank here for North Albury.
Just tried to bite too much off there, Tim Broomhead, but he's been super today. 22 disposals and a goal. Bowden
flew really high. Been a good contest, that in Kotzer. Penny onto Hayes. Kick looks for Fisher. Good fist from behind from Hillary, and we have a boundary throw to the left of the North Albury bench. Give us your best in this last quarter, Dan. For 40 Winks, we have played 8 minutes for NZ.
Yeah, well, Jakey Gaynor, 12 disposals to the third quarter. He's already at 4 this quarter on the 40 Winks stat sheet. He has been super for Albury this second half.
I apologise. The time clock's down here. We've only played 5 and a bit minutes, so I made that one up. Flack retreats to Hayes, wants to come inboard, looks for Fisher, presents well, and he marks on centre wing. The Hoppers need to make something of this, Lukey Francis, for Border Bandag.
Yeah, they do, Blake Escott. Here's Callum, and he not sure what to do with it. Now he goes short, trying to find Cullen, doesn't work. Garthwaite, he's all over the place down there. To Miles. Here's Anthony on the paint of 50, Norriel Park end. Now he wants Lenny Kohler. This has got to come off. He will get him. Lenny's got to go back. And now he's on a searching kick here, out wide. Nice to Ben Kelly. Clubroom side. Just slightly back of centre wing. Now he wants to lose some ground to Garthwaite. Back to Grills. So the switch on here to the broadcast side to Hillary. Now McMenamin's on. They go to him now. He's about to get it Braden. Now Toby Hunt's caught in two minds as McMenamin goes in, kick terrible. Wow. Flack picks it up, goes to Kotzer. Shocking hand pass, a hospital one to King. Gaynor coming through, short. Gee, this is sloppy. And then Ryan. Now he's got a man right out wide. Tommy Rake couldn't make it. Foster Gardner on him. Great contest. Foster got rid of Rake. Out the back he goes to Pope, and James clears.
He does. There's a big one-on-one contest out there between Gardner and Rake, and Gardner won an important one as Campbell streaks down the far side. Kick looking for Mooney. He's got 3 Tigers to beat. Breaking down at half forward for North Albury like it has done all day. Carroll back to Grills. Kick finds Miles. Point of the defensive square. In between the circle and the defensive 50. Albury are pretty happy just to keep taking time off the clock. 7.5 minutes gone for NZ last quarter for the Great Outdoors. Still 46-34. A 2-goal margin here in this last quarter. Only 1 point scored. Albury have got it through Ben Kelly. 2 kicks from home, into the pocket looking for Matt Walker. Pope keeps the footy in when he should have found the boundary line. Gave it back to Walker. Gardner brought him down at a big tackle. And Flynn Gardner continues to impress. And he wins a free kick for holding the ball. And he's going to switch the footy straight away to Broomhead.
You've got better chance of getting out of a bear trap than out of a Gardner tackle, haven't you?
I like that one, Bobby, for the Newmarket.
The umpire has brought this ball back twice.
Yeah. Okay, so Flynn Gardner gets another go at it. Out he goes.
Straight
to Matt
to the bloke
Gardner.
he gave it to, Lukey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so take 2. Here goes Matt, low drilling ball. Nicely done to Jack Penny.
Pope can hardly move, Bobby J.
Yeah, he's cooked. Looks like...
Callum Fisher, true centre half back for the Hoppers. Hello, he's got a man on here. Now McKenzie, he opts out of the contest. King came in. Here's Hunt coming through. And probably had to do better. There's Rigoni. Gaynor. Over the shoulder. Rigoni wins the ball. Yep. Now he goes short to Hayes. Julian's got it. Now Flack's on the move. Ignores him. Julian's going to straighten up. He goes in now. Look at this. Mooney's on. Jamie. No, knocked away by Garthwaite. He's a terrific fender, Bobby Jackson. Defender.
Yeah, he just had to mark that, didn't he? He just had to make a better contest and bring that to ground, didn't he, Mooney? But I just had a quick look at James Pope. I think it's a lower leg injury, and it's the weight of expectation that Luke Francis puts on those legs of his.
Boundary throw in, deep in North Albury attack. Need to make something of this. McIntosh got a hand pass out. McGee goes in, who's been really quiet today. McMenamin onto Patton. Left foot kick, exiting defence. Broomhead gets back and takes a mark in the hole. Needs to do something with this as the coach. Going to switch the footy with a raking kick, which is unbelievable to Campbell. Just outside attacking 50 on the lead, looking for King. Great fist from behind from Garthwaite. Gives it back to Campbell. Into the pocket, looking for Mooney. Hard work of it in the end, but it was set up by a wonderful switch kick from Tim Broomhead.
Oh, 50.
And a 50.
Wow.
No idea what for. Anthony Miles is in the stoppage.
Yeah.
He's asking why. It must have been for lip. That's the only thing I can think of. And Jamie Mooney kicks the goal, top of the goal square. Margin back to 6. Extraordinary scenes here at the Albury Sports Ground. 46 plays 40. Hoppers back for Border Carpets Wodonga.
Yeah, it's all happening now. That is a huge goal from North Albury, and they're playing some good footy. They deserve that. They've had all the play in this final term. They've had 6 inside 50s. Albury have only gone forward twice, so they deserved a goal there, and they got it. So Julian Hayes, he's been fantastic. 23 disposals for him, and Tim Broomhead, he's up to 23, and the free kick count as well, just for those playing at home. 23 in favour of North Albury.
There was a switch in defence there. That's why Garthwaite was out on top of the 50, and Mooney had some space for himself in the forward 50.
Oh. Okay, shepherding. So Cody Gardner got paid the advantage, came away. Penny in the pocket on his own. He's going to have a shot for goal. Jack Penny on Anzac Day. The Penny couldn't hit the mark on this occasion, and it's gone through for a minor score.
Penny didn't drop, Luke.
That's right.
It was
That's
coming.
it, Dan.
It was coming.
Monte Carlo.
The old Anzac biscuit.
That's got to be a real, I reckon.
Margin at 11 points. Sorry, 5 points. The time clock has gone 11 minutes, I should say. 11 minutes gone for NZ. Tigers just look like they're sort of holding on a little bit here, Bobby J. I feel like they need another couple of goals.
North Albury are throwing all the punches at the moment. They did set having a crack here, and they're at the back here.
They are. Tom Rake had to get a quick kick away. Penny mowed him down. Kick goes inside forward 50. Ramage sees the footy over the boundary line. So the margin's still at 5 points. In attack here for Albury. 48 around from their goal. Time clock's gone here.
Elliot Powell's back out there, boys. Just keep an eye on him. He's really lame at the moment. He's carrying that right hamstring.
Around the ground, some misses those. Poolworld, Essendon 3-3-21 plays. Collingwood 5-2-32.
That one's over. Blow the siren. I'd be happy with that margin. McGee's gone into the ruck against Kelly. The 2 part-timers. Gainer.
High.
Free kick for a high.
Wow.
Jake Gainer wins himself a free kick by putting his head over the footy. And he will line up tight angle. Call it 33, 34 metres out, Bobby J.
Yeah, he's been super this last half, hasn't he, boys? He's been really the catalyst through the middle of the ground for the Albury Footy Club, and you know, he's been outstanding, and you know, he's been a quality player all day.
12 disposals in a quarter and a half in this second half, Bob.
For Jakey Gainer.
No, it's not Jake Gainer.
We're blind. It's Tom Rake.
We?
Me. I'll blame everybody else other than me. Tom Rake it is. Kick on the way. Sneaks it home, Tommy Rake. That's his second. Not sure what I'm seeing out there, but a settler for the Albury Tigers, and the margin is back out to 11 points.
Yeah, the settler there for Albury, and Panda hit the nail on the head earlier, apart from getting the player wrong, but he did say that they are holding on a little bit, Albury, and they were, so that was a big relief there and a good finish there by Tom Rake, the boy from Thaguna, Lukey, so that's a big finish. Only the 4 inside 50s for Albury this term, so they've been well held by North, but they've got the ascendancy on the scoreboard so far.
Yeah, Bobby, the Tigers have just kept the Hoppers at bay all day, at arm's length.
Yeah, they certainly have. North Albury brought the energy in this last quarter. Just can't. We've saying it every quarter, aren't they? Just can't quite finish their work.
Rigoni, Gainer, look at him all over him. Umpire to take it.
James Cousins as well. Only the 1 disposal in this second half.
Yeah, one of the big name recruits. And there's Kotzer. Gainer pinches it. Thought he dropped that. Patton to Kelly. Out wide. McMenamin going after it now. Gathers and then sends it forward. Can they take a mark down there? Powell going after it. Bounces before him. Elliott handballs off. Lipscomb taking in a strong tackle across the chalk. Across from the netball courts, we'll have a boundary throw in.
Timmy Broomhead, he's been good today. The main man at North Albury, he's had 23 disposals and a major as well. And Julian Hayes, he has had the 23 disposals as well.
Fourth quarter here for the Great Outdoors. Hello to Churchy and the boys at the Great Outdoors. Proud supporters of O&M Live. Deep in attack here for the Tigers. Can they put North Albury away? I feel like they're one goal away from it. Ryan, kick to the top of the goal square. Going back and taking a wonderful mark in defence was Darcy Cullen, an elite body and paint mark of the day, with an opponent draped all over him. He looks up and he doesn't see much down the field. He sees Tim Brumet in a one-on-one with Ryan Garthwaite, and Patton floats in to take an intercept mark. On the left, he goes short and finds Powell. He gets the instructions to take your 30. And Elliot Powell will line up. 50 out. Feigns to pass it off. But he's got the journey in here, Bobby J.
I'm not sure. Normally I'd say yes, but he's got that hamstring heavily strapped, so the breeze is favouring him a little bit.
He passes it off into the pocket. Ryan on a good lead in front of Darcy Cullen. And Jake Ryan will line up probably 20 metres in from where Elliot Powell had that shot then.
That's a really strong contested mark, wasn't it? The North Albury defender did nothing wrong there. He just was beaten by a better player. So that was a fantastic mark by Ryan.
Looks like he's going to run around here and do the snap. No, he's marking his spot for a drop punt. He's got a set routine, does Jake Ryan. We might go around the grounds quickly if we can, Dan Vaccaro, for Mr. Stoves.
Yeah, around the grounds in the AFL. 21 plays 35 in the Anzac Day game. And the other one, which is a half-time, Raiders 17, trails Wodonga 41.
So Jake Ryan, who's kicked 2 goals today for his third. Tight in the pocket, it's across the face for a minor score. Margin back to 2 straight kicks, 53-41 here in the fourth quarter for the Great Outdoors.
Julian Hayes, good footballer, and away he goes, out wide. Good mark from Toby Hunt, 60 out from defensive goal. Good crowd on the hill on Anzac Day at the Albury Sports Ground. Down at true centre wing. Strong mark taken by Rigoni. They've got to move this quickly. Ben goes now. Look at this. Fisher's on. Oh, got crunched by Garthwaite. Yes, good decision. No 50. So Callum Fisher coming back to take his kick. Has to find a target inside the attacking zone. Gee, that's a high ball. Broomhead at the back. O'Brien up against him. Here's Tim. Picks it up now. His vision's usually so good under high pressure. Ball out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw in about 40 around from goal, Noriel Park.
That was really well corralled there by Albury. You know how dangerous Tim Brumet is, and just made him affect the kick a little bit, but he's been super. 24 disposals and a goal for this champ.
Border carpet scoreboard favouring the Albury Tigers by 2 straight kicks here at the sports ground. Trying Anzac Day clash.
I'm just watching Timmy Broomhead. He's dead set out on his feet, the North Albury champ.
Ball up. 60 around from North Albury goal. Kotzer taps at the space. O'Brien's there for the Tigers. Kicks it on towards the wing. Powell not able to mark. Happy to see it over the boundary line and find a stoppage. Forward of centre for the Albury Tigers. Bob Jackson might go down to the boundary for a quick update for the Newey.
Yeah, all players are really gassed here at the moment. They're just trying to push through and find a little bit of spark. North Albury probably need a Julian Hayes type or a Flack type player to break some lines and get the ball rolling their way.
17 gone for NZ. Gainer out of the clearance. Must have been touched as Foster Gardner tried to claim the mark. He goes on quickly straight away to Toby Hunt, and he goes down the middle of the sports ground, Lukey.
He does. Miles got a hand to it, paddled out the back. Important ball to be won. Holding free kick. It's going to Jay Hillary. Jake Gainer being called back. So Jay will take ball here. So 53 playing 41. So we've still got a 2-goal margin. Bowden too high for him. Ball's gone out of bounds. So we'll have a boundary throw in. Just right of our commentary spot here. Boundary umpire with the ball. Let's see who can win the Sharon here at the coalface. Kotzer up against Bowden. Ball bounces. Bowden breaks through, gets it on the boot. Walker in a one-on-one with Cullen. Cullen going back. Ball out of bounds. So the Tigers have been in control the entire day, and at the moment they've got a slight margin on the scoreboard. 53 playing 41. Boundary umpire about to send the Kangaroo brand TW Sharon back into play. That's a short one. Kotzer tapped it down in front. Gainer sends it forward. Beautiful to Ryan, who takes the mark. He's so good around the stoppages, Jake Gainer. That was sublime work.
He's been simply outstanding, hasn't he, Jake? He's been consistent most of the day and just ducked under a would-be tackler there, and the kick to advantage to Jake Ryan. And I dare say that one of our commentary teams said at the start of the day, if anyone wanted the footy kicked to him, it's going to be from Jakey Gaynor.
Thank you very much, Bobby Jackson.
Jake Ryan in a low-scoring game. This could close the game out. And the Tigers could reclaim the McNeil Sargent Shield. And Jake Ryan puts it through. That's a treble for him. And the yellow and black look home at the Albury Sports Ground.
Yeah, that's the sealer there. And that man, Jake Gaynor, he's an unbelievable footballer. He had a slow start to the game, 3 disposals at quarter time. After that, he's gone 6-6, and then he's had 9 in this quarter. So he's just risen to the occasion when the game's on the line. And I'll tell you what, he's one of the favourites of the Revel Anytime Player of the Day too, Lukey. He has been super.
The Revel Anytime.
Revel Player of the Day, I should say.
YouTube.
I don't miss out on anything up here in the
Hey,
box.
I just had to read the sign. Have you got it here, Panda?
No, that's someone forgot it. I
Oh,
think
you
did,
forgot
Dan.
it, Panda. There you go.
I think you forgot it, Dan.
I think it's time for Tina Monte Carlo.
59 plays 41. Tigers in front. Here's Ryan again. He wants 4. Wheels around on the left. Kicks it towards goal. Cullen gets back. Not able to take the mark. Under pressure. Here's Gardner. In defence for North Albury. Good kick. Finds Cody Gardner. Marks deep in defence. Goes to Matt Gardner. He goes on the wing looking for Fisher. Over around the footy. Lenny Cole has been good. He's been really good. Runs 20 metres. Kick down the line looking for Walker, who takes...
He played on.
He did.
A good mark. The umpires said mark or ball up?
Ball up. Great call. Great umpiring.
Okay, so Matt Walker stuck out the
Go
one
again.
juke. And I thought he marked that ball, but clearly not according to the umpire. There's a free kick here off the ball from the non-officiating umpire. It's going the way of Auburn.
Gee, it's a mess down there.
It certainly is, and Jack Lipscomb has a free kick here. A lot of umpiring decisions have been called off the play by the non-officiating umpires today. And Jack Lipscomb to put the icing on the cake here for the Tigers, Bobby J.
Yeah, he was good early, wasn't he, Divac? He's sort of a bit quiet through the middle patches, but he's a quality player, and you expect this to go deep into the goal square, if not through it.
To the boy from Old Scotch. Tightish angle, probably 15 metres in from the boundary. Arcs around on the right, will kick from 50. He's hooked it, looking for extra distance. Got good purchase on it. Through for a minor score. Margin at 19 points, 60 plays 41. We've played 22 minutes for NZ, 4th quarter for the Great Outdoors.
Yeah, so the Hoppers through Hayes out of the full-back position. Mooney takes the mark. Half-back flank, so it just hasn't been their day, the Hoppers. And they'll lose their 4th game for the year. So really has been a tough road in season 26. He's Gaynor, thought that was high. Umpire let it go. Broomhead, he just gets back on the footy. How does he do it? Look at this, Tim Orr, and gets out of that, gets back inside, and he'll find someone here. Watch this. Oh, what is going on? To Kotzer on halfback.
Kotzer through the middle of the ground looking for Penny. Good contest there from Patton. Flicks it over the top to Carroll, who was genuinely sandwiched by Julian Hayes out there. Beelined him from 20 metres away.
Super first half, Fletcher Carroll. He had 17 disposals at half time, and he's only had 20. He's only had 22 for the game.
So what does that mean in the second half?
He's only had a few.
That's exactly right.
4.
Campbell goes out wide to Jack Penny. Is that what you were trying to say, D-back?
Yeah, mate.
I got that wrong. It was 5.
Jack Penny into the pocket. Oh, right off the chest of King. The kick could not have been better from Penny. Fisher looks inboard. He's overcooked it. And O'Brien takes a nice mark. That sort of sums up North Albury's day. When they get a rare good kick inside forward 50 to a leading target, they drop it. And the Tigers have it at right half back through Jake Ryan, who's kicked 3 goals. In a low-scoring encounter, 60 plays 41. North Albury trail by 19 points. 24 gone for NZ. Brad McMenamin, who's been pretty good today. Lukey has it at half back for Border Bandag.
He does, Blake. Short to Ryan. Really athletic player, this guy. And a 50. What was that for, Bobby?
Is that the 4th or 5th 50 of the day, Bobby J?
Yeah, I think it was another stand infringement where he just sort of flexed his muscles and moved off his line a little bit. And yeah, I understand what the rules brought in for, but gee whiz, he wasn't impeding anything. He wasn't slowing the ball down. He wasn't slowing the game down. He was just moving sideways, just a fraction. And to be penalised 50 metres, geez, that's a hefty 50 too, by the way, boys. Is that 50 metres upstairs with you?
Thereabouts, Bobby. Yeah, we need a trundle wheel, don't we? Jake Ryan, now this man can really latch onto the footy. You have to kick it every bit of 55-60. He's got 3 on the board. In he comes, Jake, and he unloads. It's going for home. It's coming back. Has it made it? Oh, yes, it has. The yellow and black are home on this grand day, Anzac Day at the Albury Sports Ground.
What a finish that was, and sums up the day for Albury. They've been the better team most of the day, let's be honest. North had their crack in the third quarter and just tired them out, and Albury just composure, and that gets their season going now. We can talk about how Albury are going to make inroads to September now.
That's it, Dan.
That was the concern pre-game, wasn't it? We all talked about they need to do it now, and they have. So Albury on the winners list for the first time in 2026, Lukey.
Massive game next week after the bye for them. They played the Wodonga Bulldogs into the Rovers, into Lavington, back to the Bulldogs. So it's a massive month ahead for the Albury Tigers after they recoup after the bye. It was just about getting a win on the board today, and they've done that. Fletcher Carroll kicks towards half forward. Flynn Gardner has once again been excellent for the North Albury Hoppers. Gets better every week. Goes by foot to Penny. Inboard kick to Hayes. On to Broomhead. So they link up through the middle of the sports ground. This is the kick that has let them down. And the Tigers get their first win in season 2026. And a fantastic stage to do it as well on Anzac Day. They take the 4 points. 9-12-66 to the Hoppers. 5-11-41 as Tigerland rings out across the Albury Sports Ground.
Yeah, Bob Jackson will pick out our player of the day thanks to Rebel Training. Yeah, look at him marching out there in his black shorts there, Bob Jackson. He's enjoying himself. This is where he just finds another level, Bob Jackson. Now, Danny, signalling to you, and you're trying to text Bob, and Bob's waving to you, so this is an interesting situation. Okay, so the Tigers getting home on Anzac Day, as we said, to pick up their first win of a year in season 2026. And Bob's in absolutely no hurry whatsoever, Blake, to pick out our player of the day.
Just sorting his batteries and sorting his wireless mic out. And I've sold Dan up the
no sign.
The creek with no sign.
Yeah.
So we'll just get a photo of our player of the day just standing there with a thumbs up, hey?
Okay.
And I reckon Bob Jackson, I know how this guy thinks.
He's wandering around in the wilderness at the
I
moment.
reckon he's going to go straight to Jake Gaynor.
Yeah.
I reckon he's going to go straight to Froggy Gaynor, who's been excellent today.
They're both ex-Wagga Tigers, and they stick together. So he was unreal, wasn't he, Jake Gaynor? As we know, he won the BNF for the Albury Tigers last year.
That he did.
And he just rips in and gives everything each and every week for that yellow and black Guernsey.
That he does. So a good game of footy in the end, a close game. The Hoppers brought the margin back to 1 goal in this last quarter when Jamie Mooney goaled at the 10th minute. And then 3 late goals to the Tigers blew it back out to 25 points. And they led all day, did the Albury Tigers, and he's with our Revel Training player of the day. It is Jakey Gaynor.
It certainly is, boys. Revel player of the day, Jakey Gaynor, mate. You lead from the front today. Is it a relief to get that one on the board and get the season rolling?
Yeah, obviously not the ideal start that we would have liked, but yeah, we take each week as it comes, and you're as good as your last game. So we showed up and got the 4 points done. North Albury with Super. They've brought that contest stuff, and we were lucky to get over that line in the end. Yeah.
What was the message at halftime? It was a real messy game up till then. What was the messaging from the coaching staff to turn that around? Because the quality of play picked up a couple of notches in that second half.
Yeah, definitely. Just hone in on our process. So we're process driven and process our results on our process. So keep to the process, and it's going to eventually get there. So like, I know that's a bit cliche and a bit of a mouthful there, but yeah, just keep at it, and it will eventually get over the line.
Plenty of processes, mate. Safe to say.
Yeah, and I'm not really good at English either.
Well done, mate. Congratulations. You got the season up and running. Big month ahead for the Tigers.
Yes, massive month. So we'll get a week off next week, and then we'll reset for Wodonga, and it will be a super battle there.
Well done, mate. Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
There we go. The young whippersnapper getting amongst the action there too.
He's a little out of line, wasn't he?
He is indeed, which I like. Now, these two great clubs play for the Sergeant McNeil Trophy in honour of Stan Sargent for the North Albury Hoppers, and I've just forgotten the name for the Albury Tigers, so
McNeil?
I do apologise.
McNeil?
Yes, McNeil, someone McNeil, but they play for the trophy on Anzac Day every year. The Hoppers won it back for the first time in 16 years last year, but the Tigers now will regain the trophy back after a 25-point victory today.
12 months in football, hey Blake. I mean, last year was the Hoppers absolutely smoking the Albury Tigers at Bunton Park, and today the Tigers wrestle the shield back. Jake Gaynor, what a quote, hey? You're only as good as your last game. So applicable to football and sport in general.
Bobby Jackson, look at him just circling out there. What's the vibe like over there, Bobby J?
Pretty good. I'm just about to grab Snipper Miles. It's good to get one on the board, mate.
It is, mate. Yeah, good. Yeah, no, really good win. Yeah, really emotional week for our group. I think losing Josh Power, who's obviously at Brock Barham this year, but played all his junior footy here in Thurs a couple of years ago. It was good to get a win.
It was a bit of an arm wrestle for that first, pretty much most of the day, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, I can't imagine it would have been real pretty to watch, but yeah, it was a good win, as I said. So, obviously, first one for the board, and hopefully it can springboard us in the rest of the year, mate.
How's your body feeling, mate? You got a bit of taper in that old knee there.
Yeah, I'm feeling every bit of it, but look, I think I'll be managed a bit throughout the year, but yeah, starting to get there, and I think I'll only get fitter, hopefully, as the year goes on.
Well, mate, congratulations, well done.
Anthony Miles down there for the Albury Tigers. They're all converging over on the far side. It looks like that presentation's already been done. That was nice and quick.
Sorry, was I supposed to report on that?
No, not particularly, Bobby J. I mean, I just take that as it is because the North Albury boys are trudging back to the away rooms and the Tigers boys are going into their rooms. So you see if you can grab a few others, Bobby J, and we'll see if our wireless mic can hold out. We'll try and get the song in the rooms. It is a far trek on the other side of the ground.
I'll see if I get all this little antenna and
paraphernalia, Bob. I think you were trying to say there.
I'm just trying to get it all working in favour.
Yeah.
Hold up the little pack out of your shorts if you can, Bobby J.
How do those strides of yours, Bobby? Don't forget, Bobby, you're off to the TDFL game after this too.
I'm looking forward to that. I don't watch too much TDFL, but I do like my footy, and I'm going to be all footied out this weekend, so I'm really looking forward to getting out there and watch the Middlemen and the Hoppers out at Bug Park, I think they call it, so it'll be nice.
Around the grounds, Mr. Pool World, Essendon hanging in there, Lukey. 3-4-22, plays Collingwood 5-6-36 at half time.
Oh, okay.
Can be happy with that?
He would be. Actually, no, he's never happy.
No.
Particularly with Essendon.
Captain Grumpy. Yeah, man.
You're talking to me?
He's just woken up, I think.
Sorry, I'm just sending our panel operator a message for a little bit of social media stuff.
Well done.
So what you should do is you guys should see the role that I'm playing.
We were just trying to wind you up. We were just talking about Essendon, but
some of the leading stat getters for today. Dan McCarron, thanks to 40 weeks.
Adding that up now.
Oh, hang on.
How about we get the song first, and then we'll go to you, D-Vac.
Cutting out at the moment.
It is cutting out.
The Tigers got home here on Anzac Day. If you've just tuned in, over the Hoppers. Can you sing the Tigers song, Dan?
Nope.
Here we go.
Tigers with a gritty 25-point win over the North Albury Hoppers in front of a bumper crowd here at the Albury Sports Ground. Stay with us, plenty more action coming up on the other side of this as the Thirds boys run out on the ground, a great tradition. The Thirds play after the seniors here on Anzac Day. The Tigers too good by 25 points. It's O&M Live where you won't miss a thing.
Got a local business? Get a local to handle your waste management. JJ's Waste and Recycling, making waste management easy.
We're clear.
SS&A, this is your place.
All right. I love you. Have a good shift.
The all-new Nissan Navara, built for the grid shift.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Explore where your new home begins. Discover our designs. Discover local land. Discover what's possible. Visit Sundancer Homes' new sales centre and showroom at 482 Kiowa Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
This goes out to all the athletes, the fitness buffs, and the huff and puffs. On your marks, get set. Find your perfect fit at the athlete's foot.